Collapse, ¿no? Vimos también una de las partidas de ayer que Collapse echó al equipo al hombro, ¿no? O sea, es que eso es lo difícil de jugar en contra de...
That we're casting today, 4-0 and 4-1 by the end of this.
That's
so.
This was before
they're both wrong.
This was before the stand-in announcement for Tundra, to be fair.
Either way, it's still both going to be wrong already.
Yeah.
Because, well,
a draft.
I believe we both... Did we put Spirit to be 4-0? I think we did. So they can't be 4-0, and well, I guess... You know what? Tundra can still be 4-1. So we're not fully wrong just yet on these
That's
two. But let's see some drafts. So Spirit going to have the overall first pick, and they will unsurprisingly be prioritizing getting rid of 33's offlane heroes that buy Helm of the Dominator, which has been the item of the tournament so far.
Yeah.
Do they also ban Darkseer now for the full trifecta? Let's see.
So is it them and Falcons that are buying them on multiple heroes every game?
It's mainly Tundra, I think. I'm not sure.
It does sound like an AUI type of deal, you know, as well.
Yeah.
Like these nerds come in, they have this prediction that, oh, this item is overpowered. We're not going to show too much of it before TI, so it's not nerfed, and then just overkill it, if you will.
Did I just see a first phase anti-mage ban?
What the hell?
When I see this, I immediately think of Medusa, but Spirit have the first pick, so if they think that's the reason, they could actually take it away.
All right, I'm going to look at some past drafts from both teams at this tournament only.
Medusa with Helm of the Dominator. Have we reached that point? Dom into Meteor Hammer build for 33 offlane.
That sounds so bad. I want to see it.
It wouldn't surprise me if that's actually the plan here. But yeah, this is such an unpicked, unbanned hero. It got picked one game yesterday and banned one game as well. And obviously the pick was a victory against Team Spirit,
so,
as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
played by
Spirit
Ahmed.
played against the AM, and then, I mean, Medusa was banned that game because of the AM. Yeah, that's the only one I can see.
AM was the ultimate last pick in that game yesterday. They picked it as a solution to a late pick PL from Spirit. Spirit themselves actually going to ban Bane, which is one of their best picks. So interesting to see. And they will pick up the Pugna. So if I feel like this AM ban will make sense after the first pick, to be honest, because otherwise, why are you giving this priority?
What do you think about the idea if, I mean, we've had this conversation before, so this is just rehashed garbage. But the idea of if in these first picks, you have X amount of heroes that you prioritize at the same level, and if you just throw away a ban so you can get more of them.
Yeah,
right?
That's fair.
We've seen it in the past as, ooh, okay, so Invoker for BZM.
Damn, that pick animation, Invoker is pretty high level. He's got Cataclysm and he casts 3 spells immediately, so he's
hype.
He's ready to go. 100% win rate, not too shabby. I believe both of these are, in fact, BZM yesterday, playing with Helm of the Dominator, mid-Invoker. Get with the times, everybody. If you're playing your good old Midas, you're doing it wrong.
So it's instead of Midas. You're not going both.
I believe so.
Okay.
Actually, you have me questioning now, but
I can check.
It does sound rather greedy to go both, but it might not be out of the question that you could pull it off. But I would assume he's just using it instead of Midas. I suppose if your start is good enough, you could run both. And he might have just done that. I mean, both were wins. I know BZM, when he plays Invoker, loves playing Exort and loves really scaling into the late game. But he is no stranger to playing the other routes as well, if necessary. The Silencer ban coming out here from the side of Spirit. The AM ban is still, as you mentioned, perhaps something planning for a later phase, since Tundra felt like they had a free ban and then they just don't have to worry about it as they get more information.
10 seconds
we will be banning out their 5th choice now.
So in both games for the Invoker, let me see here. Yeah, it looks like there's no Midas in either.
Yeah, so he's going Dom instead of Midas. Yeah, makes sense.
Dom into Drums, and most of their games are 3 Helm of the Dominators, with only one of them being an Overlord variety for 33, of course. Why has Pugna become such high priority? The games that I've seen, like, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just a whatever support.
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm also surprised it's been given as much priority as it has. I heard others talking about how it could become the support of the tournament. So far it's 5-5, which is, you know, decent. If it is an early picked support, generally early picked supports, unless they're truly extremely strong, will be sitting at somewhere in the range of 50 to 55 when all's said and done and a lot of the games get played. But we've had patches where a first pick support will go like 60% in a tournament. And I personally don't put Pugna there, but there might be something I'm missing. I did not think this would be absolutely at the top of the table. The #1 heroes I was expecting going in as supports would be something like Marcy as a flex, maybe Nature's Prophet.
5 seconds remaining.
Both of those are banned, by the way, this game by Tundra, so we don't really get to think about it. Perhaps Naga in the right hands, and maybe even this guy.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like this is a higher priority support from what I've seen versus Pugna, like higher impact at least.
Do you see the win rate for Snapfire there? 64% so far.
No.
I don't think the thing about Snap is you don't really pick Snap first, so
10 seconds remaining.
might be slightly misleading, but I've been very impressed by Snap lately as a hero. It's also
5
something
seconds
that I started seeing more in my games and doing quite well. Was not expecting to make this big of a splash this early, though. It kind of caught me off guard that Snapfire is being rated that high, but I mean, the stats speak for themselves, right? There's another pick that people were expecting to be big here, the Sand King coming in from Spirit.
Man, this hero has come a long way.
Yeah.
Was completely busted, broken, whatever word you want to use, and then completely dumpstered,
10
and has now
seconds
been brought
remaining.
back into a normal hero. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
5 seconds
We had some
remaining.
scenes yesterday. Fog came back to the green room. He walked over to me. He was like, "Did you see that? That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen." Sand King was killing a tower by sandstorming it because then it misses 50% of its attacks.
Wait, that works on tower?
Yeah, so Malrine was just soloing a tower with a creep wave. He was just
how is
tanking it the whole time.
Is that a bug?
No, it's intended. I was not aware of how good that is, but yeah,
That's
that's the
insane.
thing. Hoodwink coming through,
10
currently
seconds remaining.
4-2. I'm not the
5 seconds
biggest
remaining.
fan of this support duo. Pugna plus Hoodwink. Very much two heroes that having two backline supports isn't necessarily a problem, obviously, but I find that these two heroes are so frail that if you get anything that gets on top of them, the punish is going to be extremely powerful here from Tundra. It's two heroes that are very susceptible to dying to Invoker, and yeah, if caught can cause a lot of trouble. And also, you don't necessarily have the best setup, but Sand King...
What, Warlock doesn't get a cool animation? What was that?
Oh. Honestly, that fits the bill for me. It's a Warlock.
Very underwhelming.
It was Warlock. It's just Warlock.
I mean, there's a
10
Golem
seconds
coming out. That's cool.
That's true.
It's 2 satanic heroes in a row.
He's not level 6 yet.
5 seconds
Okay.
He doesn't have it. Doom, however, spawns in
They
at
could have
level
at least used his book, Grimoire
Yeah.
thingy.
6. Doom spawns in at level 6, and Invoker spawns in at level 20, as we've seen.
Yeah.
Only 1-0 on the lock. Yesterday was played by Team Liquid with a victory in that game. They ran it together with, I don't remember the entire lineup. One of them was Lycan, which they will not get their hands on here, as we've already established, for Tundra.
They sure have team fight on Tundra.
They do. So do Spirit, though. I don't think teamfight is necessarily a concern for Spirit here. I think the most important thing is finding a way to keep a good formation. If Sand King is frontlining so that Hoodwink and Pugna can land their spells successfully instead of the fight, you got to be really careful with what you draft into the Doom now, because one of the things that makes Doom so annoying is that a pretty large subset of heroes struggle to enter the fights on their terms, but TA, one of the ones perhaps better at dealing with this.
Whoever
Not much-
made all
not
these
much.
animations, by the way, killer. That was really good.
Demorio.
Really
I believe.
tickled me.
I believe it's
10
Demorio.
seconds remaining.
Shout outs. Heard it words do.
All right, so TA
5 seconds
Yep.
remaining.
have a very good farmer, Deso builder.
Tundra Esports turn to ban.
It's funny that you have all this team fight and then you have a Pugna that is supposed to be able to deal with it in some respect with the Nether Ward. Maybe that's less of a thing these days. I feel like back in the day that was a thing you actually just picked because of team fight to counter it.
Right.
Now it's just kind of there. It's just like, it's
10
okay.
seconds remaining.
You know what I mean? It used to be the big identity of Pugna.
I think it still
5
is a
seconds
very big
remaining.
part of the hero. I think the ward is Pugna's most important spell at the pro level. And the second most important is probably Life Drain, which unfortunately for them, they're playing into Doom. So that's part of the reason I think Tundra picked this, is that when they find their key target, they want to be able to isolate and bring them down and not be concerned with Pugna keeping them alive as much. So let's say you're playing against a team and you have one player who's just your main target. You're like, we think Yatoro is carrying this team or whatever, right? a hero such as Doom can be really powerful because if you have a structure in a team where you're playing heavily around someone being the key timing and having the strongest moments in, let's say, 30 minutes into the game, why not pick the biggest anti-carry of them all, like Tundra have done here? I think Spirit is one of the better teams to pick Doom against in general because Spirit's games have a tendency to go a bit longer and be less stompy in lanes than against certain other teams. So for Tundra, they could just unlock the Toro counter by running this Doom. Under some circumstances, you could even argue the TA would be flexed to mid. I don't think that's the case here. I don't feel like it's a Laurel hero as much. So
I mean, is Sand King being played mid at all?
Yeah.
So this could be the mid.
He could be. That could be flex for sure. I don't know how the matchup goes against Invoker. I would think Invoker is quite happy there. Like they're probably both just farming. Invoker doesn't need to win his lane. He just needs to get his. And I don't see Sand King in any way stopping Invoker from finding farm. So Sand King only truly dominates melee heroes in mid. I don't think there's a single ranged hero where you're like, oh, Sand King is going to win this lane hard.
Right.
You just outrange the Sandstorm and you CS against him, and you, at worst, you probably just draw. So. Okay, looking at some carries here. Last picked, or last phase this tournament. Morph has been popular with a good win rate. Bristle coming through. Okay. This, again, begs the question, is it mid or off lane? Because this could also be Laurel playing the Bristle.
Yeah. Now they got some good minus armor.
They do. The one issue here for Spirit potentially is that all three of their cores are up close and personal. There's no backlining, so potentially you could take advantage of this with the right type of, let's say, AoE control hero here. You are last picking a carry on Tundra. Doesn't look like the worst game for, well, Faceless Void might not like playing into Decrepify, but like this type of idea that your carry can take advantage of the enemy team being up close. Another hero that comes to mind would be something like Sven. Or if you could pick a carry that could run Silver Edge, it's Chrysalis. Does he just want Razor? He just wants Razor, I think, surely.
Yeah,
right?
maybe.
And then you run the Doom on 33. I mean, why not?
It is his signature.
I believe Chrysalis did play Doom yesterday. It did not go very well. All right. This is another good choice for that. Doesn't mind that the enemy cores are up close. You win a lot of fights just head-to-head, and you itemize Radiance, which is very good against both Bristle and TA. Obviously, highly reliant on attacking heroes rather than just casting spells. Yeah, I like it. The win rate of a banner was atrocious, though. 25%, huh? That did not look great. So, well, if stats don't lie, Shannon, then Spirit, by virtue of not picking a Baden in a good spot, maybe I misread the stats. I think I maybe misread
for Abaddon?
Yeah, maybe I misread the pop-up there. It might have been pick ban. I don't know if we can see that again. The Abaddon stats, the first ones that got pulled up. There was something that said 25%. Oh, it was 15 bans. I thought it was a 25% win rate, and then there was like 15 total.
Well, it does say win rate still.
Yeah,
but it's not that many picks.
He's 1 and 3, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, that sample size is too small to really conclude much on here. But yeah, as you can see, has only been played as core. Nobody's run the support Abaddon. I don't think that's going to be popular at all. But maybe, you know, if you pick it one game, perhaps you can flex it later, if it makes sense. Overall, the makings of this game are... This could be a good one, honestly. I think there's a lot of pressure, in my eyes, on the supports of Spirit to keep really good positioning here. I think they can very easily become vulnerable to the Invoker. But aside from that, the rest of their lineup, it makes pretty good sense. Nice stare there. Appreciate that. We always love a good stare on camera.
Yeah, I'm not wearing my jacket. Oh man, this is embarrassing. Hold on one sec. There we go.
Forget to lint roll your cat shirt.
That's like you can't keep up with that stuff. At a certain point, if you're a cat owner, you just know that there will be cat hair all over you. You wouldn't know, of course, with Onion.
Yeah, I'm a dog owner. He sheds a lot. We have the same problem.
Okay. Cat hair is harder to get rid of than dog hair.
Okay, you wouldn't know. You don't have a dog.
In my experience. Of
yes, in your experience.
So who do you have favorite for this game one?
I don't know. I think it's pretty close. I overall probably like Spirit slightly more, but it's under teams execute to a high level. I think if if it's a little bit shoddy of a game, if there's some mistakes, I actually think Tundra's lineup might be easier overall to pull off. But
Prepare for battle.
if we're expecting both teams to come in good shape after yesterday and know what to bring here, I do like the bursty nature of what Spirit have got here. TA together with Bristle do a ton of damage. You've got the Hoodwink to set it up as well with Sharpshooter burst. And also, they did choose to pick Abaddon into Hoodwink. You got to remember, you can actually die to break here.
True.
As Abaddon, if you're silenced and sharpshootered, that becomes a sudden kill on the enemy carry. So begs the question if that was the right choice here. But let's get there
Keep in mind, I mean, obviously you can activate borrowed time at any point, but
if you're silenced, you cannot.
that's true. But if there's any dispel,
Yeah.
it will get rid of that break.
Yeah.
One of the few breaks that is dispellable, in fact. But yeah, there is that threat for sure. As we get into game number 1 between these two teams that are both 1-1, which is why this is such a surprising matchup here in this stage of the Swiss bracket to the road to TI. So Laurel is playing the Sand King, so will be the mid SK.
Yeah.
And obviously against the Invoker from BZM, which kind of talked about it pregame as that a potential matchup that both should just be able to farm. Not a huge amount of kill potential.
I would think so. Okay, let's see how many. All right, they have 2 Dominators and Quick Buy as their first item here, Invoker and Doom. Obviously, Tango's first. Oh, 4 bounties for Spirit. Okay, that's quite a rare sight.
Yeah, and we have a Shackle early on from Soxa. Collapse is going to have to go to lane with not too much HP to work with.
That's still a completely fine trade, obviously. They're starting with 1,000 gold lead here. Just raw resources. They can just bring the Tangos to lane that they need and maybe play a little bit more aggressive as a result. We'll see. Yeah, this mid lane. I'm a little bit curious if there's anything to learn here, because this is a matchup I haven't seen very much. I just think instinctively this should just be a draw. But perhaps with those 4 bounty runes, maybe Sand King can play a little bit more aggressively, a little bit faster. Overall, it's probably an easier lane for Sand King to get quote-unquote flawless farm in, because you just, you're just sitting in your Sandstorm and...
I don't understand how that works on towers. That's so ridiculous. Was that in the patch notes? It's just because all it says is the enemy you're attacking. Usually you would assume that does not include buildings.
Yeah, I don't remember when this was changed.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Either that or Fog just came into the green room and just lied. And he's just like sabotaging. Like, did you see?
So thoughts on BZM and his facet that he chose, which is Scholar of Chorix, which is the Quas. Used to seeing the, I never remember the name of it, but it's the Cataclysm, of course.
Yeah, the Quas angle has become more and more popular, but people pick it and then still play Exort. It's just they want the additional upgrades to the other spells. I'm not quite sure what determines what they prioritize. For what it's worth, this game you don't have any setup for Kata, right?
Yep.
Except Shackle. Wouldn't really count on that. So probably feels like this game he's a bit more of a playmaker and has to set things up himself. So can go for the Chorix for that. Maybe the additional max level on Quas has some sort of interaction with combos you can pull off as well. I'm not exactly an Invoker specialist.
You come off as an Invoker specialist.
Yeah,
Surprising.
I do know I come off as like a turbo nerd, which is what you need to be to enjoy Invoker, but as a matter of fact, neither of us really... I guess we're immediately dispelling that notion because neither of us plays Kez, which is...
Yeah. Yeah.
The, the turbo anime nerd.
The agility version of Invoker, in a way.
Yeah. I think they should just drop Kez for the playoff, or excuse me, for the international itself. After the playoffs, during the 3-day player break, just put Kez in there.
What if when they introduce a new hero at TI, what if they just do Kez? Nobody will even notice. So in terms of this Scholar of Chorix, do you go Shard? Do you go Ags? Do you do anything related to the facet?
You go Helm of the Dominator.
Yeah, that I got that part.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen the Shard, the Ghost Walk that you can use with teammates? Because in theory, that it could be good.
Yeah, it has some utility. I don't think he's going to make it a priority.
The Ags, I'd be surprised by.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of ironic if you pick this and you buy neither Shard nor Scepter.
Yeah.
You're literally just doing it for the quas then, right? But hey, let's see which direction he chooses to take it. I think for this game, you could make a decent case for the Shard at least. I think Ghost Walking in a hero like Doom can be really powerful.
Yeah.
Just giving him effectively a Shadow Blade that he doesn't need to buy. And of course, the more Helms of the Dominator you have, the more of a surprise party you can bring with that Ghost Walk.
That's true.
I don't know if they become Invis, actually. They're creep heroes, so they might have special rules.
Now applies ice wall damage per second to enemies in a larger radius. Wait, what? Wait, does it just change Ghost Walk in general, or is that just the Shard?
That's when you have Shard.
Because that's not the way the facet is describing it. All it says is Ghost Walk now applies the ice wall damage per second to enemies in a larger radius. Am I missing something? Are we dumb? Well, don't answer that part.
Oh, right. They changed the Ghost Walk. Shannon, you and I don't play Invoker, clearly.
No, we don't.
And I forgot that this Shard got changed. It's not the Ghost Walk AoE anymore.
Yeah, okay. That's really
You used to be able,
really exciting to see that.
So I think the reason they changed that was because it was too similar probably to Moonlight Shadow in concept. So I think they were just like, all right, let's make this something else, something more unique to itself. So yeah, so you're just doing more damage when you're inside of Ghost Walk. That's the ice wall damage.
Okay, so we'll be seeing that.
Glad to learn at TI, of course, along with the viewers. Everybody, if you're tuning in for the first time, Invoker Shard, as a matter of fact.
This is the noob stream, right? Where you get noob casters. Learn the game with us. It's okay. We don't play Invoker.
I'll say this much: every time, every day we cast, we get something wrong because this game is so ever changing. There's always something you either forgot or just realized.
Honestly, this one
so
I don't
hard.
even feel bad about.
No, it's okay.
Not that I ever do. Anyway,
I'm just saying I'm not going to beat myself up too much over making mistakes because it's part of Dota. It's also part of it for the teams. Sometimes the teams learn something they had no idea about.
Yeah, maybe BZM doesn't even know.
It's possible.
He's played it several times this tournament. Maybe he still doesn't know how it works.
We're going to see him pick up the Shard, run to 3 teammates, and then Ghost Walk next to them, and then ping a go.
That's good stuff. Sunstrike will clip Laurel. Takes a tornado for his troubles as well. And, okay, he's going to use Cold Snap from BZM. Bushwhack, though, as Rue makes his way over to the mid lane to keep things at bay. 6-minute power rune goes to Soxa with that haste.
It was a very quiet early game in terms of kills, but we are starting to see Spirit take a bit of advantage in this laning stage. Obviously, starting with the 4 bounties was very good for them, but the 27 denies on Yatoro is crazy.
Oh my god.
33's Doom has... Oh, it's not going to hit the Sunstrike. I think Collapse will be okay now.
Oh, the Blood Grenade going to clip. The Photic Shield's going to go off in a moment. Laurel making his way over. And that's going to force Chrysalis and company back to where they came from.
Yeah, could have absolutely waited there on that Sunstrike. I think just wait until Bristleback chooses his path there between left and right, and then I don't think you have any risk of missing that, but maybe a little bit over-eager there, BZM, to get his
It's
first
probably because
Sunstrike
he was
off.
reading what his Shard does, so
maybe he
can't do too much at the same time.
Could also be...
First epicenter of the game. That's how long this first blood is taken. Toby taken out by Laurel. First blood, 7 minutes in the game, which is good because if there was more action, we would have just thought that the Shard on Invoker was the same as it was 2 months ago, Cinder.
Gave us time to study live.
That's right.
Yeah, it's the biggest discrepancy though. Is just the safe lane, right? For Yatoro here, it's just absolutely destroying 33's Doom. Can't say I'm too surprised. It is a TA favorite matchup, and Doom Shaman into a TA Pugna should just be a very easy lane for Spirit, but I was not anticipating they would win it by this much. Like 50-27 against 21-6 on the Doom. It's definitely a very good start for them, and also now getting the first blood, but you know, the overall gold, it still looks quite healthy for Tundra with the exception of the Doom, so I don't think this is all too much of a concern. And again, probably going to be a slightly slower game just by nature of the drafts.
And it feels like when 33 gets off to a rough start, he still ends up owning somehow. So a player you don't generally have to worry about either.
Yeah, I think most... If you asked the entire pro scene who they think is the best Doom in the world, I think he would get maybe like 75% or more of the votes. So it's exceptional on this hero. It should be said, though, that even though 33 is also a very clever comeback player, certain heroes that he plays definitely do a worse job at it. And I think Doom is probably in the middle of the pack there. There's been other games where we've seen... That's what's so interesting about this guy, is he's very good at small nuances in the laning stage, but when he can't take advantage of them, some parts of his hero pool can just fall completely flat. Doom not really one of them, though.
No, I see the first Doom of the game. Indeed, that is the case.
He died.
33 just hits level 6, and he's like, okay, let's just get this off cooldown. No big deal. Evens up the score 1-1.
Yeah, realistically, are you going to Doom anyone else in the next 2 minutes, right? Like, who are you going to find?
Yeah, with how slow the game has been going, for sure.
TA will be jungling a good portion of the time, and when she is contesting you in lane, you don't kill with Doom anyway. You need
Radiant's middle tower
more backup to get that kill. So,
and I assume that this helm will also be in place of the Midas on Doom, which is the usual pickup.
I think so.
Very interesting developments here. The road to TI. As Laurel going to be trying to defend this tier 1 tower.
Dire's top tower
Will be doing so successfully.
We were theory crafting in the green room yesterday how to counter Helm of the Dominator, and by the combined powers of everyone in there, including super high MMR player Stormstormer, we came to the conclusion there's 0 counters to this item right now. In the past, what you would do against Helm of the Dominator, you could Midas it, you could Dagon it, you could take it over with certain heroes, or you know, there were different solutions to it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Spells used to be able to kill it in a different way, like let's say Frostbite, for example, Mirana's Arrow, Pudge Hook, but it's a creep hero now.
Yeah.
And under those rules, it acts similarly to, if you think, Spirit Bear from Lone Druid. So there's no... When I say there's no counters, it's obviously not in the sense of, okay, by Dominators you can't lose, but more, there's no direct way of just saying, okay, we want to kill this creep, or we want to steal it. You need to beat it with brute force, and you can see Rue is going to work here, trying to prevent BZM from farming this camp with it, and is successful.
Well, I will say, OD Pixel did ask AI, ChatGPT, what the counter was, and ChatGPT came up with the idea of forcing the enemy to sell the item, which, you know, maybe that's something we'll see in the future.
Yeah, if it did say if you force them to sell the item, the creep will die. And then afterwards...
Toro. Chaotic offering right on top of his head. TPs are coming. He's pretty low already, though. The Sunstrike's going to finish him off. Indeed, that occurs. The TP actually cancels now as Rue, left to his own devices, attempting to run away, but it feels like it's just a matter of time. He uses the sharpshooter to get to the high ground.
He
forcing the chase.
Get out here. He has another scurry and throw. Oh, there's the...
Yeah, he's got the Wild Wing Ripper.
Yeah, if not for that, disposal. He's getting out.
Rue inside the tree line. This is really annoying to finish off, and Sakta will eventually take it home. So nice 2 kills here for Tundra, and they should be able to get the tier 1 as well.
Yeah, this is a really strong timing for them. First golem drop, mad value, killing the carry, taking the support with you, you're killing the tower. Miposhka in the meantime gets soloed by BZM. A lot of good things happening around the map here for Tundra right now, and this was, again, a bit of my concern with Spirit here is how are you going to structure the game around your supports when they can't really playmake with anyone else than Sand King right now? Sand King needs to get to Blink. It is getting close to it, but Tundra with a nice little early lead, and now with these 2 Helms of the Dominator, they're going to be kicking up the tempo quite fast. Doom and Invoker will be non-stop pressuring the lanes. If you keep needing to put out fires, you're not making moves of your own. That's a really big part of why this item feels so strong compared to Midas. If you think of it as an economy item, it's an economy item that also pressures the enemy team. Like Midas, you're just farming, right? But here...
Yeah, Miposhka will avoid the Sunstrike, but it feels like a matter of time before he drops to the deck. Rue, though.
Good drain.
Sharpshooter. Man, Miposhka actually staying alive, and this is going to be turned around instead onto the support for the Tundra side. Collapse.
Good response.
Indeed. TP's over to help solidify that.
Yeah, this Dominator on Invoker is so strong with Cold Snap, right? It's
that's true.
Possibly also why you run the Corex is getting that extra point into Cold Snap in the end. Just making it last that little bit longer and be that bit stronger too. 6.6 second duration with your Dom creep when you've Quas maxed out. It's no joke. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, AI had another suggestion to counter the Dom, by the way, if you remember.
Kill the creep?
Kill the owner and the creep loses its purpose.
Oh, there we I didn't know that. Toby gets sniped from the low ground, and now Spirit an opportunity to push this tier 1 tower, and that is one of the benefits of having the Pugna with the Nether Blast constantly coming out. They're going to fortify, though, from the Tundra side.
Yep.
As BZM is, in fact, going for Aegis of Scepter, by the way. Have to see that in action.
Okay, so he will be going for the upgraded Ice Wall.
Yeah, very cool.
The Vector Cast... once again, not the most obvious combos with it here, but maybe he just thinks it's a good overall item in general. It's obviously got a nice build-up on Invoker. You know, you are taking advantage of...
Okay, well, we're wrong about everything, it seems. There's a Midas now on 33. I mean, he can sell anything, so I guess...
I think Doom is the one exception where why not, right?
Yeah.
It's just... I feel like if you're playing Doom in a slow game, you should always buy this item because it's just free for you.
Okay, well, the Chaotic Offering just used to little effect. We'll get the tier 1 tower, I suppose, but definitely not the impact that Tundra were looking for. In fact, it's denied by Rue. Good snipe. Having a pretty good game now on that Hoodwink. And Yatoro leading the charts in terms of net worth, but the next 3 are on the Tundra side, thanks to the helms that they have chosen to pick up.
In part, at least. Yeah, we've barely talked about Crystallis, because honestly, he just gets a total free time up top, right? This is going to be a 15-minute Radiance phase, null. It's pretty standard. This is nothing to write home about, but it's also, you know, it's just solid. So, considering this was a lane that you were probably never getting a killing, I mean, Abaddon Warlock just doesn't kill, right? So, keeping that in mind, he's doing a good job. He's keeping up with the pace that he's meant to have here.
Yeah.
The break.
Yeah, that's a good one. Ends up basically nullifying the foul play. Nice counter that we actually did not discuss.
Yeah, I don't think they picked Hoodwink to counter Shaman's innate, but
you never know.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, some people get really tilted by that innate.
Yeah. Okay. Laurel trying to kill Hemel the Dominator. He learns that it's not possible. He'll not try next time. This is also one of the harder kills for him to get, right? It's the Warpine Raider.
Yeah.
So that one is tough to break down for the sinking. Extra magic resists.
Collapse with a very early Lotus Orb as Laurel's going to pop the Epicenter. Go on top of the Warlock with the Bushwhack. That's enough to take out Toby. Didn't have the ult anyway, but still a nice pickup from Team Spirit. Life Drain now being applied to Laurel, get him in a healthy state. Looks like he's going to be able to get the Shield Rune for himself now, so just needs to avoid Tornado once he pops it. And 33 in the vicinity of BZM, so I'm actually going to wait a bit. Now BZM a bit isolated. Nice snipe, though.
Oh, that's a pretty good steal. That was like 200 gold. Taken there from Miposhka. To have Miposhka on your fantasy team, of course, we're very happy to see that.
I do actually.
Yeah, so do I. Oh.
Keep it up, Miposhka.
Yeah, make sure you get all those CS. I don't actually know what my scoring metrics are for.
Neither do I. That was too complicated.
Yeah, okay.
Too much reading.
Did you actually give them like skills or no?
Don't they come with stuff automatically?
Oh yeah, but you want to upgrade your banners, right?
I did not.
Oh, you did not?
No, it's just too much.
I have Watchers, Runes, and First Blood. Well, First Blood's not good here, surely.
Radiance online for Crystallis. We'll be going for the Manta into Blink.
Yeah, standard.
Pretty standard stuff. As Tornado not going to hit anyone from the
this is
side.
Insane timing, by the way.
The root drops. Yeah, have the Warlock Golem at the ready as well.
Golem, 2 Doms, upgraded Shaman Snake, Radiance Abaddon at 15 minutes. This is such a difficult team to fight into. That's why the glyph is important.
Oh, great looking for Yatoro. This is the big kill if they can find it. He has the Doom. Actually uses the Wild Wing Ripper. Very nicely done. Gets the Doom off. Do they have the damage to follow it up, though? Can attempt a TP. Tornado will stop it. And now Yatoro will likely fall. Tomato. He's dead.
Really nicely played there from 33. First of all, finding him is one thing, but then he kept pump faking his Infernal Blade because he knows TA is going to try to TP out after it, and made sure that BZM was in range before he actually went for the swing to bait Yatoro to try the TP and fail. So very nice little detail there. Nets them the biggest kill of the game so far, I would argue.
Haven't been that many kills, but yeah.
Yeah,
three.
We're still looking quite even on the net worth, but I do think Tundra should be quite happy with that. Their lineup becomes insane later in the game. Doom, Invoker late game, and Abaddon. I think these are, in current Dota, I think Abaddon is one of, he's like a top 3 late game carry now. This hero has changed a lot over the years. If you're used to seeing its support from back in the day or maybe off lane, when you play this build and you run it carry, it can be ridiculous late game. You even have Warlock. Like, this Tundra lineup is just super nasty later on. So I think if you could keep this 1k gold lead for 20 minutes, I think you're quite favored later on, I have to say.
Yeah.
So not looking too shabby here to start.
Especially when you get into the 25 territories. Doom has some of the best talents in the game when it comes to late game scenario. Not sure if you even go for the break against Collapse, but you have the option.
Yeah.
Obviously the mute is just insane on everyone.
Muting TA is so good because late game TA is dependent on Pyke, for example, to position herself, and you just get taken out.
Well, this is a good pickup for Spirit. We'll get the Roche for free, it seems.
Yep. Nice play call, taking advantage of the Desolator here, as well as, of course, Pugna just being able to non-stop refill. And Collapse with the Lotus Orb. You're seeing the win expectancy there. The prognosis is a 60% favor for Tundra with a dead even gold situation. So it does tell the story that they might indeed theoretically be favorites. Actually, the graph has been at about 60 the whole game. So. Gaben loves Warlock.
Indeed. Well, it'll be a trade for the Tormentor. See who picks up this shard. So BZM now with the Aghanim Scepter, which upgrades Ice Wall. Toby will be the recipient of the shard here. So Ice Wall becomes vector targeted, and then if a unit is in there for 2.5 seconds, they get rooted.
Yeah.
And take even more damage.
You sure about that, Shannon? You think they didn't change that one? Or did you just read it?
I have it up right now, just in case.
Okay. Good. I wonder if... I mean, you're playing against TA and Bristle, so Ice Wall as a concept is just incredibly powerful. So being able to vector target that in their path of both aggression and of retreat is really powerful. Yeah,
I mean, these upgrades for Invoker always sounded kind of strong. It's just everything in comparison to Cataclysm felt like, I mean, why would you ever bother? But we're seeing them bother here.
Yeah. Invisibility. Obviously, you could also just have played without Ags. I'm not sure if that was a consideration here or not.
Another Serpent Ward to solidify this tier 2 tower.
Want to defend?
Yeah, there's a couple TPs coming. I mean, this tower certainly.
You're not defending this. It's already lost.
The giant Serpent Ward is going to be really hard to take out. Saksa is going to get sharpshootered in the butt and taken out as a result. Toby's actually used Chaotic Offering. Is this actually a fight? Are they using this in defense as Laurel at Epicenter? Not going to get that many procs, but has the Aghanim Scepter now, so Toby going to take a ton of damage as a result. Kind of a weird state of affairs, and we're seeing the Ice Wall used for the first time.
Yeah. Tornado combo, when you can hit those two heroes and then lay down the Ice Wall. He only managed to snap the one of them, and the other guy has a Lotus, so did not look all that impressive just there and then.
Maybe... I mean, that fight in for both sides, there's miscommunication, it feels like.
Yeah, for me, it's weird to begin with that Spirit even go down there to try and defend that and find a fight, and then, yeah, beside of Tundra.
Tornado, 33 jumping in. Doesn't even bother with the Doom because that is an easy kill onto Laurel. But the Bushwhack's going to slow him down a bit.
He might just blink Doom here.
He gets glimmered, and there's the Doom. And the Wild Wing Ripper still inside of the belly of 33. Rue will be able to get out, but 2 dead for Team Spirit, despite having the Aegis on their side. This is basically nullifies a minute or so off the timer.
I feel like it's rare that you see Hurricane being used this much. Like,
yeah, it's been
33
pretty effective.
Finding good moments to pull people back.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Not bad. Yep. Audience is definitely reading that. Thank you.
Ice Wall upgrades. That's all you got to know. Okay. Will he go for the shard? Really excited to see that Ghost Walk.
I think I actually remember this now. When this shard was changed, people were meme building Radiance shard on Invoker and just walking around in Ghost Walk, because then you're burning for the Radiance damage and the Ice Wall damage.
Yeah.
So you were like burning for 100 something damage per second. Very effective, especially in the lower brackets of Dota where detection doesn't exist.
That's right.
But I think people even pulled it
Radiant's
off in
top
high
tower
Immortal
is under
games
attack.
a couple times. Not mistaken.
I mean, those are always funny clips.
You do get used to it, of course. Now, big item alert, Doom with the BKB, and once again, everything just going seemingly according to plan for Tundra. Now,
Yeah.
a lot of Spirit games go this route, though. That's
Dire's
what's
bottom
worth keeping in
tower
mind.
is
There are
under
no
attack.
strangers to falling behind and then making really great comebacks off of clutch plays.
Yeah, there's maybe some TPs to Jones. Ever see the Ice Wall onto Collapse? He's going to root him, but the Lotus, like you said, is there. Collapse still going to take too much damage. BZM gets credit for that. Mass TPs. Can they make this even more worth it? Root attempted teleportation.
Oh,
Actually does get out. The
good
miss.
dodge.
Very
What's
nice.
his chance at that? 21%?
Easy.
All right, he dies out 4 out of 5 times there, so 33 wants a mulligan. No chance, though.
Yeah, it does feel like smooth sailing, though, for Tundra so far. Pretty low kill count for both teams. But like you said, if Tundra get to late game, they're looking quite nice. I mean, the problem is Spirit late game, just in general, like regardless of lineup, they are the... I mean, who's better late game than Team Spirit?
I think in this tournament you could potentially make a case, even going in. I've said that. Oh, hang on. Let's see if 33 can play a way out of this one. Doesn't
Got
look
it.
likely.
BKB trying to run away, but the blink dagger from
Big kill.
Yatoro spells the end for 33.
Finally, a big find for Spirit. It feels like it's been 10 minutes since they got anything really meaningful going. Yeah, Spirit, if you had to pick one team in the world that are the best late game, it's them, right? But I think there are a couple of potential rivals. Just in general, I've kept a team like Extreme in high regard in terms of late game team fight execution. It's just that so many of their games, they over the year, they just haven't really got there on good terms.
Yeah.
So
Collapse. Stuck in a weird spot here. Gonna get Deafening Blasted and killed off. Soxa gets credit for that. Did require the Serpent Ward, though.
it's kind of hard for, I don't know, how easy do you find it to gauge how much damage this Ags on Invoker is doing? Because it's like, these situations, it looks really nice and it is definitely doing some good damage, but versus regular Ice Wall.
Laurel, Epicenter. Okay, this could be a big find for them, but the TP, and he's out. And now the Epi down, used to little effect.
There was actually an opportunity there, I think maybe for Rue with a max range dust into Bushwhack, but he ran in for the sentry, maybe assumed that Invoker was moving, which don't blame him for. They don't know for a fact that he's TPing there, right?
Up Toby. He's going to be found, though. And taken out easily. Chrysalis?
This is probably going to
get bushwhacked, and maybe he can find Miposhka as a nice block from BZM's creep. And Miposhka going to die as a result. So support for support. MKB now online for Yatoro.
Yeah, wants that True Strike against the Radiance. Baden at the same time is now starting to close in on an Orchid. Yeah.
pretty significant, but
I think it's a good golem.
it's kind of a skirmish type of game where we haven't really had any good old-fashioned true team fights.
I definitely agree 100% with this golem drop. Like, just take the kills you can get. You're controlling the map. You keep pushing lanes with your dominators, with your forge spirits, with a Baden who's a tough kill. Spirit are very clearly just getting cornered on the map and are just non-stop putting out fires, and it means they're not making a single move of their own almost. There's just so much trash that you constantly need to take out, and it's really difficult to play like that. So if you have that kind of iron grip on the map, just golem a kill. Doesn't matter. You're not going to need it for a team fight that Spirit can't find. 9K the lead now. Oh. Steady growth.
This is a potential move from Spirit. They are smoked. Looking for a fight now. Chrysalis, tough target to open on.
He is just not possible, right?
Yeah, it's pretty difficult indeed. Toby, of course, does not have his ult. They should know this.
Yeah, they should.
He's actually frontlining, but they're still not going to pursue. Just want to get control of their triangle again, get the outposts as well.
God. This is... Okay.
Very timid play from Spirit.
I mean, it's just really, really hard to make moves. This is kind of bringing me back to Illusion split push meta. Just that the Helm of the Dominator is playing the role of like half an Illusion hero, but then you also have a Baden with Manta and Radiance. So you are playing a traditional Manta Radiance Illusion split push carry style, but then you just add these extra elements to it that make it even harder. Oh,
Toro
big.
Found. Do they have the follow-up? The ice wall is not going to be up in time. Laurel found by 33 in the meantime. Do they have the vision? Gets off the Scorcher. He does get off the Doom in the last moment, but Laurel gets to the high ground. He might be final. 33 is going to pop the BKB and try to pursue a little bit further. They take out Rue in the meantime. That's Forstaff going to keep Sand King a little bit more safe, but it looks like he's going to take out eventually to the Radiance and the Doom as Chrysalis pops the Manta, gets back to the low ground. So 2 kills very swiftly for Tundra. Forced out of fortification with the Serpent Ward as well on the bot side.
Yeah, somebody has to take care of this. They need to break the ward, but
that's really hard.
Bad in the wall.
Blinks up. Can they deal with this Abaddon? Collapse has to pop the Lotus in retreat. This tower is dead at the very least. Serpent Ward still extremely healthy. This 33 jumps in with the Shivas. Actually 4 steps Yatoro to the other side. Yatoro's in a lot of trouble now. Gets decrepified at the last moment. Chrysalis, there's the tornado to dispel and do a lot of damage with the EMP to follow. Able to blink out into the fountain though. So he will survive, but at the cost of his entire bot side. So Tundra making the first move seemingly of the entire game between these two teams, despite these little skirmishes.
What's wrong?
And they successfully get the bottom lane.
And 33 says, good job team, and buys a Midas. Doom is such a silly hero, honestly. Just this constant economy game. Buying Midas, using it a couple of times, selling it back with Devil's Bargain, buying your next item, then later, oh, I can buy Midas again. Yeah, but yeah, as you said, executed very well, very swift move.
Waiting.
Spirit, yep, they're trying to move, not gonna happen.
No, it is not. Hex right on top of the Pugna. Chrysalis goes in for the killing blow. It's Chrysalis' ult finally pops. He's gonna be quite healthy for this engagement to follow. They find Laurel and they destroy him. He just feels so squishy against this Tundra lineup. And the rest of Spirit now on the run. Chrysalis blinks in without any fear. Soxa finds the Hex onto Yatoro. Sunstrike is going to hit Yatoro with the BKB. Trying to apply some pressure to Soxa, but he gets the Glimmer. Looks like he's going to be A-okay. And now Collapse trying to fight against the rest of the Tundra lineup, seemingly. 33 trying to look for the Doom. Doesn't have the vision. Shiva's going to pop the Tornado. Not going to clip, so Collapse should be able to get out, but no. 33 at the last moment gets his blink off cooldown again. Does not have to even bother with the ult. They get that kill, and they're going to get more, and this is likely going to be the game.
He's styling on them with that Psychic Headband. That's the second time he blinks in front of a hero, stuns them, and pushes them back toward his own team. It was the same thing he did to Yatoro in the Radiant base, and to be fair, Yatoro might have actually died there if they didn't Tornado him, allowing him to blink out. But yeah, this very quickly got out of control.
Radiant's middle
Chrysalis, he's not scared at all. We'll pop the ult a little bit prematurely, but regardless, they should be able to get this second set. Yatoro jumps in. Get cold snap though into the Tornado. Still provides enough time. He actually gets ice walled as well, and there's 33. Still had the Doom at his disposal. Down goes Yatoro. 83 seconds, no buyback. Laurel's ult does basically nothing. Can barely move. My goodness. Just getting styled on completely. As Toby kind of left alone in this scenario, but
Radiant's top tower.
that is just one kill out of many.
Radiant's
And now
top
Spirit
towers are under
losing their last barracks, so mega creeps in favor of Tundra
have mega creeps.
in prime position to take this game number 1.
This has me thinking, if Spirit had, with Spirit's incredible late game prowess, if Eternal Envy was playing on this team,
Yeah.
would they ever be beatable? Like, incredible late game plus the Envy losing barracks buff? Could you break the game?
I mean, we've seen Spirit defend with megas against
Yeah,
megas
we have.
so many times.
We have this one, though. They're going to get swarmed, right? They're going to take this Aegis, wait for their Doom to be up again, and then run in, Dominators in hand, drop the big Serpent Ward, drop the Golem, and just get to work. There is so much for Spirit to take care of. And I think it's pretty clear now that we saw this game play out. Honestly, I think if we played it once more, I wouldn't expect Spirit to be able to put much more of a dent into Tundra than this. I felt like the entire game Spirit were not avoiding making moves because they were being scared or timid about it. They were just stressed the whole way. There was just no breathing room. So I think this is more of a strategic loss rather than execution, and you need to make the right adjustment for the next game. I feel like we might see the Invoker banned, to be honest. Take out one of Tundra's best Dominator heroes that is really setting the pace. BZM has had a massive impact on this game. He's been 13 out of 18 kills. He's been threatening and pressuring towers nonstop. Well, running around Ghost Walk, setting up threats, and now to finish off this game running his AC. And this would be his 3rd consecutive win on Invoker as the only player to play at this tournament.
Yeah.
Just maybe something for other teams to learn from here.
Yeah, perhaps buy more Helmet Dominators.
Yeah, that's one thing to learn. You could do that on any hero, though.
Yeah, Ice Wall, very strong.
Yeah.
As the tier 4 towers, the last remaining defense for Team Spirit as the mega creeps are coming in. So Spirit, or for Tundra rather, just gonna wait.
Yeah, time for Banner plus Serpent Ward.
Oh yeah.
And then you have the Golem whenever Spirit try to engage into you. They're giving them the respect, though. I feel like Tundra would be a little bit more gung-ho against other teams.
Yeah, probably. There's the Hex with the break on top of the Bristleback. Chaotic Offering comes out, 33 with the BKB, getting in really deep. Trying to go for Rue, will kill him off in the fountain. Buys back in. That's the Doom applied to the Bristleback. I don't know if he's going to tick out. It's going to be close as Laurel gets off his Epicenter. A lot of the procs onto the other side, though, not hitting many enemies. 33 gets broken by the Sharpshooter. Laurel, so with that BKB, Yatoro has a lot of right-click damage, so 33 has to force Staff away. Meanwhile, the Serpent Ward doing quite a bit of work against these tier 4 towers. Only one remains at this moment as the creeps are starting to swarm inside the base, and now the Ancient fully exposed. Toro and company, they've got to do something about this Roach Banner as well, as looks like Sox is eventually going to be taken out by Toro, but he doesn't have the vision for the Glimmer Cape. Meanwhile, Laurel gets taken out easily as Rue. That is a dieback now, so 2 dead for Spirit as the Ancient will officially fall, and the GGs finally come out, and Tundra take game number 1.
Yeah, Spirit played till the bitter end, but it's a pretty swift end here. Only 36 minutes.
5
Team
seconds
Spirit,
remaining.
Tundra
Turn to
Esports, turn to ban. Tundra Esports,
Here,
Tundra
you can
Esports,
doom him,
turn
which
to ban.
purges overpower.
Tundra Esports, turn
Maybe you can
to
put a Dom creep in it though.
I mean, I have not tried that. That is true. Got to save that creep.
All right, Toro's all smiles despite losing game 1. Looking pretty confident there. Well, now he's not all smiles anymore. He was smiling for a little bit. Maybe somebody said a fun joke like, did you know you can't put a creep in my cart? And then they all laughed and they were like, wow, that's a really stupid thing to say, Collapse. And then they all calmed down again. All right, last pick for Tundra. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine here. Honestly, I just think there's so many options, and it's a matter of what do you think is more important. Now, Stampede against Supernova is really good, which might make you want to downgrade the Phoenix to support once again, because Supernova just got that bit worse.
Let's get some Troll Warlord. Good against Ursa.
Bad against Pugna, though.
Well, not with Ags. Really good against Pugna.
True. Yeah, if you go the Ags route, yeah, you're right. You could do that. Yeah, I could see it. Crystallis does.
I mean, I'm a troll hater though these days with the ult just feeling so hit or miss.
Yeah, who's good against Centaur and Ursa simultaneously, right? Because I'm thinking heroes like Lifestealer are good against Centaur, but then you're playing Lifestealer into SF Ursa. There's so much physical from Spirit.
And
Razor's decent.
Yeah, his patented Razor. We talked about it last game. That's true.
Not the worst Razor game, at least. Also not the best, but it's pretty all right. I don't want to see the Doom carry. I think that would be a mistake. So.
Yeah, and I have to say, so far the Tundra lineup looking kind of awkward. I mean, there's all this flex potential, sure, but it is the Razor that you talked about.
You may now select your
Still feels a bit awkward to me. I personally do not like their lineup at all.
It's for Phoenix, so it will get its first day or its debut outside of the 5 role this game. Yeah, definitely happy to see it on. Or no, excuse me, it's honestly possible.
Come on, there's no way.
Honestly,
how?
It's honestly possible.
How is that good on Phoenix?
You're just using it for overall pressure on the map. You're pushing lanes, you're farming. Phoenix is one of the supports that historically buys Midas, right? So if you can buy Midas on Phoenix, you can buy Dom.
It's not a.
It would not.
So that's the thing.
It would not surprise me if you.
I would not be surprised if. I mean, it is a Bane though on the other side. I was gonna say Soxa. A lot of times when he's playing Phoenix, he gives up farm and he ends up being kind of the effective 5. But with a Bane,
he has to take.
You can't. Yeah, you have to. But we'll see. We'll see as we get into game number 2, Spirit versus Tundra. Both of us, I think, are in agreement that Spirit should have the advantage in this game too.
They absolutely, without a question, have a better chance than game 1. I'm not sure if I would just straight up say they have an advantage, but it's a bit tough to wrap my head around. I kind of need to see just how well this this mid lane goes for Laurel and SF, because there's no doubt he should win this lane. The question is by how much do you win against Midshaker? I think Midshaker is one of the melee heroes that does better against SF, because you obviously have the enchant totem last hits that you can grab once in a while.
Yeah, true.
So certain other melee heroes just have no chance. We'll see. Smoke-a-rooney. Let's see if he gets a word out. He will. He'll play the
very aggressive. Good luck, have fun from Laurel.
Followed by a heart ping, of course, as we've got used to at some point.
Indeed. It will be the massive Serpent Ward again this game. Obviously, a different player playing the Shadow Shaman this time around.
Yeah, there's no really
sadly
good
Centaur will be going for the bootless build. I say sadly just because I don't ever see the other one. And you know how much I love Counter-Strike.
That's right. Uh-oh.
Nightmare play onto Collapse with the static link onto Crystal. This is going to be a good amount of damage onto the Centaur. Kind of awkward engagement. Collapse going to make it hard for them. Toby also getting super low. Rue won't be able to finish the job though, as Collapse does juke pretty successfully. But still, Collapse having to go back to lane with such little HP. Pretty big annoyance for him. So, other than the fact that Crystallis loves Razor more than anybody to have ever played this game, is it actually, like, what makes it good in this game, do you think?
Good lane matchup against Centaur. It is whether you drain Ursa or Centaur in the middle of a fight, they are generally going to be up nice, close, and personal. So you, even if Stampede gets used, you're probably going to drain at least a couple of seconds off the Ursa, which can be quite valuable. But it's not the most obviously good one, because Ursa can still deal damage because of Fury Swipes. I don't know. I'm mainly just thinking about it because of the hero-player combination. For other teams, I wouldn't have thought about Razor as much, but yeah, it's him, it's the Centaur lane, and it's the overall, how to say, the way it plays together with their lineup, I think, is very strong. You have control from Bane and Shaker, you have the Phoenix for the big ult. Ultimately, the way Razor plays fights later in the game is very much hard commitment style. So you want to have heroes that commit in with you, and that's where Shaker and Phoenix are really great to create a diversion. Because if you jump in and you use Supernova, and Razor is linking and popping ult next to someone, who do you choose?
Yeah, true.
Right? So, ironically, it's good for Razor to play with a Lightning Rod, actually, later in the game.
And what kind of item build would you expect from the Razor?
Probably Helm of the Dominator.
I can't even tell if you're kidding.
No, me neither. I don't know yet if I am.
Okay, outside of the the Helm of the Dom type shenanigans that we've been seeing, is there, like, are you going for tanky Razor, mixed Razor, where it's a mix of DPS and tankiness?
I think Crystallis generally likes going the Maelstrom build, so I'm expecting something like that. This game, not the best S&Y game, so maybe Maelstrom BKB, upgraded boots. Does he ever buy Falcon Blade? I'm actually not sure. Razor's one of the carries that does use that item quite well.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So far, the quick buy is just movement speed, which is completely standard. You want to get boots and wind place on this hero without question. It's all about that mobility.
In mid lane, we talked about Laurel on the Shadow Fiend versus BZM's Earthshaker. So far, 15-6 versus the 9-1, so not a huge surprise. And when Shadow Fiend gets level 5, that is when it theoretically should get ultra hard with the level 3 raises.
Yeah.
It's already pretty damn hard as a melee hero anyway. And in terms of the ganking potential from the supports, do you think one team has the advantage over the other? I mean, like, the Phoenix feels like it's maybe not the worst. I mean, it doesn't have any hard lockdown, of course.
I definitely would be more worried for the Shaker if he gets ganked by, say, Shaman coming in with 3 raises, but...
Oh my.
That's
a lot of damage. Laurel, are you serious?
No.
Laurel pops the stick, gets off the Shadow Raise, pops the Fairy Fire as well as BZM taking a lot of damage from the tower, but he's gonna get first blood.
My God.
How is that possible?
My...
That is not possible. That is insane. Finding a very small opportunity, BZM taking full advantage.
That is actually crazy to find that kill onto SF. It takes 2 to tango there, though. Like, that requires a really good play and a mess up simultaneously.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the thing that's funny about this is that now they come back to lane and the guy with first blood is still
and
losing.
Crystallis dies in the top lane to the combo between Collapse and Rue. So... something Spirit desperately needed after, I'm sure it was kind of demoralizing seeing their Shadow Fiend die to a melee hero.
He's still gonna win the lane.
Yes.
It's just 100%. He's winning it less than expected.
Yeah, this should be absolute dumpster. But now it's just you're winning.
It's becoming a more and more possible game. Just this singular kill is so big for Shaker because it bridges the gap. He catches up so much in experience, and when Shaker gets 6, that's when Phoenix dives in mid become interesting. You can dive in on Laurel, slow him, and if he's close to the creep wave, which Shadow Fiend a lot of the time will be to exert his pressure on the lane, he will stand in the wave. If Phoenix can dive in and then you can walk in for an Echo Slam, you could find a secondary kill on Laurel maybe. But let's not count our chickens here. Still some ways to go. BZM just cracked 5, so we're looking at multiple creep waves before you get there, and in the meantime, Laurel will just be winning every singular wave.
Yeah.
It's 27-14 to the 13-1.
BZM queuing up an infused raindrop.
I thought you were going to say Helm of the Dominator. I was hoping
that was
so
the point.
much.
That was the point. I feel like if he was going to go for that, he would have queued it already, so...
yeah, probably.
Looks like the item maybe not as strong as Wraith Pact, which is good.
Which people notoriously bought on Shaker.
Fine. This would actually, that's true. If they're buying it on multiple heroes, it's maybe the strongest. But maybe the impact not as noticeable as a Wraith Pact.
Yeah.
As Rue gonna get fissured in, puts down the Nether Ward. Museum still not level 6, but Toby coming in to apply some pressure as well. And is Rue in a lot of trouble. Gets off the Nether Blast. Nightmare though with Laurel, level 6. We'll get off a raise. Maybe a couple as BZM now on the run. Takes 2. It's gonna add up. It's gonna use the Enchant Totem into the fissure though. And now even Soxa coming to play, but Laurel has the Invis rune, so we'll be able to get away safely.
Really good job from Tundra supporting cast here. Getting the kill on Pugna and then afterwards bringing Phoenix for protection there is nice movements that aren't really that costly because their side lane cores can be left alone. Doom is doing significantly better than last game. 33 laning into the Ursa, has 32 CS. Sure, he's not winning, but he was never meant to. He's doubling up his CS from last game on Doom, so that's pretty good. And Razor should be fine being one-on-one against Centaur for a little bit while Bane goes for a walk. So these moves are good from Tundra. Make no mistake, they're still losing the laning stage, but they were also meant to. Like, you're looking at these drafts, you're like, there's no way, right? So it's a lead for Spirit, but honestly speaking, I don't think this lead is as big as it should be on paper.
Is this going to be an Echo Slam on creep situation? The TP by BZM? No. It's not a big enough stack yet.
No, you want a triple or quad stack. Ideally, you want to bring the Ancients and the big camp together and then slam everything, but you want it both to be at least triple. Ironically, you farm faster when the stacks are bigger.
Is it normal for Shadow Fiends to get Requiem at 6 these days?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Miposhka in a lot of trouble. Foul play will activate. 33 and company take him out. As he did Oro, and a lot of people about the Fairy Fire. Gets the overpower as well onto the other side. He's going to get chased down. The Earnest still applied to him. Soxa puts down the War for a little bit of extra vision. Is 33 now in a bit of trouble. As Rue with the Nether Blast. Laurel going to accompany Yatoro and get away safely.
Okay, good job Yatoro getting out of that situation, but finding himself in it to begin with. Another good move here from Tundra. Just showing up today. Once again, if you're just tuning in and you're like, what's he talking about? Spirit are leading by 1k. This is a laning stage that is Spirit favorite. Nice little raise combo there from Laurel will make his rotation somewhat worthwhile. And 33, we talked about it. Like, who does this except him? He just realizes, oh, we're 7.5 minutes in. I'm going to cut the wave, by the way. Just clever stuff. We'll get him his level 6 and TP's back to tower. Helm of the Dominator only 300 gold away.
Yeah, he
could find the Doom.
Yes, he will into the Infernal Blade, and Yatoro is just dead.
Caught
plain and simple.
Completely off guard. Really nice kill here for the Doom.
He will tick away. So big kill for 33. First Doom in the game successful. It feels like it was just like last game. He instantly hits level 6. I mean, that was on a support, but still instant kill effectively.
Unlike last game, though, he's almost top net worth now.
Yeah, he's having a much better game overall. BZM going to get help with a Nightmare from Toby. Into the Echo. A lot of damage being applied by the Nether Ward as, the Crepify keeping him alive with the Stampede. So, nice getaway for Team Spirit.
That's a value raindrop right there.
True.
Kept him alive. And the Siphoning Ward facet as well. They do have to burn the Stampede to truly get him out of there, but that was the first Echo Slam of the game. So, no bueno there for BZM.
Yes, he's working on his Blink Dagger about halfway there. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Yatoro pounding into the flesh of 33. Laurel comes to support him. So, end up getting the trade, if you want to call it that, over time. As a Plasma Field coming in from Crystal, is going to proc the foul play, and Miposhka just awkwardly dies here.
They definitely did not expect Razor to be showing up here. They thought with that Doom kill that this play was over, so they just go for the Dom creep. But the reason that 33 was that deep in the tower to begin with was because of that the Crystallis rotation through the gate, but they were just ready.
And they have Fiend's Grip, Crystallis. Okay, don't want to actually do anything. Crystallis a little bit low on mana, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a tough kill. 1800 HP and Blade Mail.
Yeah.
Collapse is having a great game himself. Considering he did get counterpicked by the Razor, he is 15 CS ahead of him.
Yeah,
on the Centaur, doing
double
very
bracer,
well.
Blade Mail has the chip vest, and looks like Pipe before Blink. We'll see if he keeps to that.
It's a very good choice. I like it a lot. I don't think he has to set up plays immediately in this game with a dagger.
Dire's middle tower
You need to make
is
sure you
under
can
attack.
weather the storm when Tundra's lineup
Radiant's
comes online with their
structures are fortified.
big AoE magic damage abilities, Echo with Blink,
Dire
the
are
Supernova,
scanning.
the residual damage from Scorched Earth. Very nice to have a pipe there.
Radiant's bottom
Toby
tower
and company
is under
can
attack.
take out the tier 1 bot easily.
I was going to say Helm of the Dominator and company, but yeah, Toby's there as well in the fog. Watching
Radiant's
33
bottom tower
do it on
has
zone
fallen.
with a siege creep.
Dire's top tower is under
He
attack.
opted for the Satyr Banisher here. Will allow him to purge off Decrepify and Overpower.
Yeah,
It's actually
Overpower, big one.
really good, this game, this creep. He
Dire's
might just keep it.
structures are fortified.
It does significantly less damage. That's the downside. Having this creep instead of, say,
Is under attack.
a Soul Stealer, or no, excuse me, not Soul Stealer. I actually forgot the name of the big Satyr.
I was gonna say Soul Stealer was Shadow Fiend from Heroes of Newark.
Soul Stealer, it's called Mind Stealer. That's the blue one. But what's the big Satyr called?
Juicy Stealer.
Tormentor, that's right.
Oh yeah.
Not to be mistaken for the Tormentor that nobody takes in Archon
No,
and below, I've heard.
It could be related.
Yeah.
We don't know the lore. Goat turns into building. Who knows? As BZM TP's in the mid lane.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Fissure onto 2 with the dive from Soxa.
I was hoping to get the rune. But it is bottom, so they will still get the rune.
Yeah, shield rune this time around. So BZM able to bottle that.
And he has 12 minutes blink and almost phase. This is pretty good.
Yeah, it doesn't have Echo for another 45. Did he take out the ancient stacks? That looks like he did.
Yeah.
Oh, with the Echo probably.
Yeah.
Always fun to see that.
Yeah. It's also fun not to see
Radiant are
it.
Scanning.
True.
Radiant
It's fun to
are
imagine it. That's the thing about Dota and spectating. You can't see everything. There's always 100 things going on at once.
Imagine Deadlock.
Yeah, I want to be a spectator in that, huh?
God, that sounds miserable.
It's tough. The action is overwhelming. Stacking and stacking. Here.
Oh, BZM. Echoes up in 2 seconds. Gets the enchant totem off first into the fissure.
Didn't want to commit,
Go
though.
for it. 33 has the Doom. He's going to get Hex from the other side. So Moposhka wanting to set up a play here. Stampede to try to close the gap. BZM misses the enchant totem as Yatoro just working on the Doom. 33 drops as a result. And now BZM with that shield rune is going to be tanky. Trying to get away. Blink dagger down for another 9 seconds.
Max range shackle.
And this is going to be a slow death, but a death nonetheless for the mid Earthshaker. So a play trying to be set up here from Tundra.
Does he get a fissure here?
Oh, no way.
If that Hex didn't come out, he could have maybe played his way out of that, actually, with a fissure into Blink. Oh, cute little 21 charge using the tree line, but
And that turns
Spirit
into a
stick.
Battle Fury for Yatoro.
yeah.
Sub 14 minutes.
How often do you see this? Yatoro is 1,000 net worth behind both of his teammates on their cores at 14 minutes. It's almost always Yatoro
Not for long.
high up the board. Of course, he's going to overtake them with this Battle Fury, but yeah. Laurel as well as Collapse having really good early games here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
BZM not able to find a real opportunity for the Echo on enemy heroes at least.
Gets another rune. This one would make it more possible. You can blink, echo, use your entire combo, and then haste rune out against a potential centaur chase down.
Shackle's
See,
pretty good against Helmet Dom.
Yeah, I guess.
Frostbite would be good too, right?
Well, it's a creep hero, so it just treats it like a hero in terms of duration and damage, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But Shackle is a very
Dire's
long
middle
duration
tower
one,
is
which is
under attack.
nice. So it allows you, it's
Dire's
4.2
middle
seconds.
tower has been denied.
So
Aposhka, TP. He's out of there. BZM not able to find what he was looking for. So I'm wasting some time as a result. Chrysalis,
did we mention Chrysalis'
did
Dom?
go for Helmet Dom, yeah. Okay.
All right, that's two of them again.
I mean, this one does make a bit of sense because Razor's not a crazy farmer, right? So this helps in the farm department and also helps tankiness, and you always want to be tanky on Razor.
I think you do farm slower with this than with the Maelstrom, if I had to guess. Probably not by that much, though, but
Radiant's top tower is
Razor
under
actually,
attack.
if left to his own devices, does farm pretty fast. It's not like one of the absolute fastest ones, but he's solid. But yeah, Helm of the Dom, you're just getting extra creeps that you weren't otherwise. You're pushing the lane while jungling. So it's kind of funny how this takes me back like,
Echo. All right, foul play activates.
He needs to get hit one more time. All right.
Babushka dead.
Okay, he got really, that was a bowling.
Got catapulted, yeah. That was
down the lane.
like a trebuchet.
This takes me back 15 years to Luna's buying Helm of the Dominator to stack their own ancients in Dota 1.
Good old days.
Radiant's top tower is
I say
falling.
15 years. It's probably almost 20 by now, Shannon. We're getting there.
Oh, yeah. Diaper's not far away.
Radiant are scanning.
At least for me, it's 33. Gonna be the recipient of this smoke gank if they can find him. They see the pine cone, not worth a full smoke, of course. BZM
No echo, though.
on the outskirts, yeah. And he is gonna show himself with a fissure. So maybe that'll open up an opportunity, but Toby's nearby. Smoke not really turning into much for Team Spirit, who sport a 2K lead at this stage.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Laurel.
attack.
Only about 400 away from a blink.
Yeah, going the classic caster mid SF build with Kaya Yasha into Dagger and then either Ags or BKB is probably what we're going to see. I guess BKB is not that appealing here. You're only countering Shaker. So maybe you think Ags, but at the same time, countering Shaker is pretty damn important. So it's just that one fissure can just ruin your entire combo. Or, of course, Blink Echo, which is faster.
You know, maybe he's waiting for that cart to be built for him from Collapse.
Oh, yeah, you can just drive through Requiem.
Yeah,
It's kind of cool.
it is.
Ursa kills Dominator creeps quite well,
Yep.
actually. He's one of the best I've seen so far, because he can 100 to 0 it in like 2 seconds. No joke, I wonder if that's part of the pick.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
We saw it against Doom and
Collapse,
Phoenix.
take a
but-
full Sun Ray with a Plasma Field to follow from Chrysalis. Pops the Stampede to try to get away. The Enchant Totem not enough with that Shard. Collapse. Able to get
I think
the
that was an
regen.
Echo Slam, actually. That was not an enchant.
Oh,
He echoed for the shard effect, but not enough damage.
wow.
Radiant's middle
We'll
tower
take the
is
mid
falling.
tower, though. That was being
Okay.
pushed by who's... Yeah, well, now we have the next game that we haven't talked about, which is Guess Whose Dom It Is. I don't know who was doing the work there, if that was 33 or Chrysalis, but it was 33. They're pink, the little skellies.
Good to know.
And now he has replaced it for the big frog, the croaker.
Oh, I love the Croaker.
Now, Roche was grabbed, of course, here for Spirit. Very standard. You have Ursa and Shaman. You're just getting Roche, unless things are not going according to plan. And Yatoro will be aiming for a Basher first here. And then curious to see, he has queued up the Ags. So we were talking about this option of buying Aghanim against Bane and Shaker, and that seems to be his priority. Of course, Doom, and put a
Dire's
spanner in the
middle
works
tower
there.
is under attack.
Using your ults. Laurel will get BKB before Blink. Wow, okay.
We have a Hex, though. Into the Shackle, and Yatoro's going to eat right through this Earthshaker. Poor BZM. Wrong place, wrong time. As the Phoenix will follow him to the grave.
Really, really nice from Spirit there.
I've
Just
seen
set
a
up.
single egg this game.
Dire's bottom
No,
tower is under
I don't think
attack.
so. Has
Sakta
been
has
good
the Spirit
opportunities.
Vessel. We'll be going Yule's next into the Shard.
Yeah. Where's the Dominator?
True.
We wanted to see. Well, I don't know if we wanted to, but it would have been funny.
I mean, if we're going to see it on anybody, we'd like to see it on the Phoenix because it's weird.
Yeah, true.
Pipe picked up by Collapse, and now Chrysalis with his BKB. Yatoro has the Basher, as we've seen already. And it looks like... Oh, interesting. He wants to go Aghanim Scepter next, so being able to
Yep.
get out of stuns with the Enrage.
Radiant are
That
scanning.
would have been a really clever thing to point out a minute ago.
Boy, that Aghanim Scepter. Wish somebody had brought that up.
Oh, wow. This actually cost him his foul play.
Oh,
Not
no.
that it really matters all that much, but
Oh, they still want to fight, it
they
seems.
could get in. Oh, Rue is going to be late to the gate, but... Well,
Well,
he's not going to the gate.
yeah, the smoke pops. They should know someone's alive.
Oh,
Plasma
got
Field.
clipped. Wait, they didn't see him?
They did not. Well, I don't know if that gives vision. I don't think it does.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Huh.
attack.
I thought he would see him there. All right. Well, anyway, I don't think maybe they couldn't have reached regardless. He's out of there. And in the meantime, Yatoro grabs another objective. Now we're starting to talk. We were a bit unsure about whether Spirit were building a big enough lead in the very early laning stage, but these last 5 minutes have been very big for them. Tormentor, Roche.
Tundra do take the enemy shrine, though. But yeah, that's not going to help much in the gold department. It's BZM looking for an opening. Gets off the Echo Slam. It's just on a Pugna, though.
He's not
Actually gets stampeded.
Oh,
Fisher is blocking him, though. He's gonna get up the life drain as Yatoro comes in and finishes the job onto BZM. And just like that, the big turnaround from Team Spirit arrives.
Disaster.
TP attempt is successful. Toby will be eaten up as well by Yatoro's bear, who has the Aegis for another minute and a half. And yeah, this is looking all Team Spirit right now. This lineup for Tundra has not come together whatsoever. At least not yet.
Yeah, they've yet to find a supernova. 33 with a very good map read here, stopping on that camp as this is coming in. It's crazy that he just predicts this move, unless they saw the smoke.
Wall hacks.
Yep.
And Laurel's still not done with that blink. Did he stop at something else? Or he's just been walking around a lot?
No, he just went for the BKB, right? That's what I was surprised by, was that he chose BKB first instead of Dagger.
Oh yeah, he changes.
But he's coming back for it now, and then, I mean, this is surely just Aghanims, right? Or is there any other consideration? We'll see. 33 now with his own Dagger. Yeah, this is gonna be a really uphill battle for Tundra, because not just because of the gold lead, but the itemization of Centaur is actually making this really, really hard. Like, the pipe is incredibly powerful right now. In any team fight that breaks out, you have to either be able to pierce the pipe or avoid the Stampede runaway, and the only stuns you have are Shaker and Bane. I say the only ones. I mean, obviously that's a good amount, but the heroes are tanky on Spirit's side. Ursa is a tough kill. Centaur is a really tough one, and SF is BKB, so approach wisely if you're Tundra here.
It feels like Tundra are scrambling a bit as the lead continues to grow for Team Spirit.
Middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is
I feel like this, as Aegis is down, of course, but this next Roche is going to be pretty pivotal.
Okay, they're going to try for something
BZM.
here.
Oh, he almost gets hoof stomped, but the stun comes out just in time. Chris with the BKB, and now the collapse Stampede. And Crystal's BKB is going to end up not doing much if he can't get this kill. Laurel jumps in now, and Yatoro just rips right through Crystal's completely. And now a Requiem set up. A second core dies for Tundra. And they just cannot find anything in this game.
Once again, no supernova, no echo expended. Collapse breaking that smoke immediately and still getting away is massive there. I think, I'm not sure if BZM was unable to echo there, but it's also, it feels really weird to just echo this one Centaur, right?
Yeah.
Phoenix can't really supernova because there's no good setup, and yeah, Crystallis commits all the way down that lane, or rather that rundown in the jungle, but doesn't find the kill. You need the Fiend's Grip in this play. They have to try to bring Toby into these smokes so that Razor can stick on his target. Uh-oh, BZM, we'll get out. Laurel's still not putting anything in his quick buy. I wonder if there's another consideration here than the Ags. Maybe, can you buy like an early Hex? Is that a thing here?
Can you buy an early Refresher?
You don't really have the mana for it. Yeah, okay, it's Ags. He queued it up now. Fine. Makes sense. I do think it's the best item as well, so.
Yeah. A little over a minute away from finding out when Roche spawns, and Team Spirit can probably take that uncontested. Although, I mean, in theory, Tundra's lineup is extremely good at fighting in the pit, but with this kind of deficit, feels like Spirit can just play the map, get a pick off, go for Roche. Relatively safe plays at the disposal of Spirit.
Yeah.
And ooh, Crystallis, ooh, just dodging this smoke gank. Soxa, the fact that he's farming this far away, just try to find anything on the map, just kind of indicates the state of affairs right now for Tundra. As Laura will find Soxa. Oh, actually does. Was he TPing at that point? Either way, Sox is dead. A good Requiem to cancel out that very annoying play from the Phoenix players.
Yep. He wasn't TPing. Guess he was anticipating this exact thing, so save to scroll for later. Spirit just remaining in completely firm control of this game. A complete 180 from last game.
What do you think about... So I know we talked about Razor and the fact that Chrysalis loves this hero. In my experience casting recently, it feels like this hero doesn't do well if they don't get off to a good start.
Yeah.
Like it feels way too tempo based.
Yeah.
And in this lineup, their lineup just doesn't make any sense to me. It feels like they were taken aback. Like we saw all the options they had, and then some of the picks came out from Spirit, and like, oh, maybe we can't play it the way that we wanted. That's what it feels like, at least.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Razor definitely
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
more contextual of a hero, but I can understand why. I mean, they obviously saw something in it because I saw it too, right? But I wasn't convinced that it was going to be a great pick, but just knowing the player and the team, they oftentimes will go for this. In hindsight, now that you've seen the game play out, I kind of agree that there were probably other choices that could be more impactful at this early stage. What else were we debating though? Because my challenge in this situation was what hero is good in lane against Centaur and then also has a matchup that's playable against Ursa SF. See you later, Soxa, by the way. Just burst out of the map.
Still no Supernova.
Yeah. Maybe he'll finish the game without casting it.
It's possible. We've seen it before.
Instant smoke. Roche. Yatoro will solo it.
Yeah.
This is a really good smoke.
This is cool.
Because you think that they're not going to solo the second Roche with Ursa. So this is actually a quite likely successful connection now. Because when Roshan dies, Tundra now are going to assume that there's 2 or 3 or maybe 4 heroes in the neighborhood up there. Yeah. And therefore, Crystal is trying to maximize on the map here.
He does break the smoke, gets hexed. He's going to get destroyed. Does Chrysalis get away? I don't think they see him. So.
This is a really good death from Toby.
Absolutely. Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's still another hero dead for Tundra, another Roche given up. As Collapse working towards a heart, has the Lotus right now, and then does have his eyes set on Cart.
Yeah, wants the overwhelming blink first, maybe?
We've even seen that used on Ursas before, and it's actually not that bad because you do get extra attack range on melee. But the Shadow Fiend...
Yeah, the Shadow
Fiend.
is just
in general, just using it as a save, also just good. It has so many play opportunities.
It does feel like if you're playing with SF, though, you're playing some sort of mini co-op game where you need one person to drive the cart and the other guy to aim the turret, right? Hitting raises while you're being driven around by Centaur is probably not the easiest thing, but... Well, Requiem will be easy, and so will killing 33 and his Dominator friend.
Another death for Tundra.
Yeah.
Team Spirit in firm control.
This archetype game is something that Tundra fall into, I want to say 1 out of 4 games, is where they probably they have an idea and then it gets a little bit too greedy for its own good. And now you're in this, now you're just struggling to find any sort of footing in the game. Had the concerns that this could happen based on draft. Then they got through the first 5 minutes of the laning stage, and I was a little bit more hopeful for them, but Spirit came. They just doubled down and have basically not lost a single engagement this entire game.
Yeah.
That's always been a good trade.
Toro, by the way, went for the Lincoln Sphere.
Oh, he's in there.
Toby, and pops that in rage, so not much to be done from the Tundra side, it feels like. I mean, what can they do at this point? High ground defense? Like, how is their high ground defense? Egg, in theory, if it's cast at some point.
What is that voice?
Which one?
Have some milk and go to sleep. I've not seen that one before. Oh, that's funny.
Very toxic.
Have some milk and go to sleep. All right, high ground we go. Yatoro with the big snake at his side.
Yep, that's a giant one.
Who can even destroy the serpent?
Nobody.
Like, you don't have a hero that does this.
Nobody.
This is just a laner. Okay, he's
a jump.
All right.
Gonna try to force Soxa to use that egg at some point.
He refuses.
Yeah, he's being very disciplined, maybe overly disciplined at this point. And this is gonna be a lane for Spirit.
Dire's bottom
Just feels like Tundra are waiting to lose. I mean, is there a power spike incoming that they can try to have a last-ditch effort?
Not an obvious one. I mean, the Shaker BKB is pretty big because now he can reliably jump into the enemy team and actually cast his spells without getting insta-requiemed or stomped or whatever. So that kind of was the timing for me, was Shaker get BKB, look for a fight. But at that time, Spirit just made a great move of their own and got the Roche. But they're gonna try, as it looks. They will smoke into the enemy team with Aegis.
Yeah.
Well, for now, they're just using it to get their own triangle, but they're hoping to find Spirit. Not really going to be the case, though. Spirit reading this, and they're staying on their own high ground, waiting for trouble to come their way. If Tundra run into Spirit, or Spirit are in position, this game is just over. Like, you have to catch them in a weak moment.
Yep, it has to be picture perfect.
And they're just not going to find them. They're just running the wrong way.
Socks up. If you die here, you might not cast Egg the whole game.
Oh, smoke broke on Yatoro. He realizes what's going on. Not going to connect,
Not
though.
get the auto attack off. He's going to continue chasing, though.
The Owl Bear.
Soxa in the pit, and Sunray to the other side as Rue taken out by BZM, apparently. So that's a good start for Tundra. Yatoro onto the high ground. Stampede is there, and goodbye Phoenix again. 45 seconds of no egg.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top
So it ends
tower
up being a
is
1-for-1,
under
which in
attack.
theory Tundra should be theoretically okay with.
Have you seen this Ursa set before? Is this one of the new ones? I think I haven't seen it before.
I've seen this, yeah. That's not bad.
The Owl Bear. It's not new?
Well,
Have I not seen this before? Maybe I'm just...
I mean, depends on what you mean by new, I guess. Maybe in the last 2 years?
Okay, it's that old.
Collapse with the
Radiant's
shard, so
middle
double
tower is
edge.
under attack.
Yeah.
Giving
Dire
extra
are
regen.
scanning.
He's big. He's got the overwhelming blink now.
Oh, wow. Goes for that before the Ag.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's actually really nice for Ursa to play with overwhelming blink on a teammate. Just getting in there and getting that massive slow makes it very easy for Ursa to
BZM
target.
actually does not get hoof stomp. Good time on that stun. Will have to nightfall away, though.
Yeah. Fissure in to walk across.
Radiant's middle tower
Pretty much
is
the
under attack.
highlight for Tundra in the last 10 minutes was surviving a gank.
Pretty much.
So, sure did do that. Chrysalis now closing in on Satanic. No damage items whatsoever on this Razor. Static Link will need to stick in order for him to become a real threat in the fights.
And even then,
Exact. Even then, is that enough? I think if you get a full Link on Ursa, he still kills you.
yeah, no doubt.
So the stuns need to really sit at the right timing on the right targets. BZM does have an arcane rune,
Okay.
and they will smoke with this, but once again, whenever Tundra smoke, Spirit are in the direct opposite end of the map, and they would have to run in a straight line to even get there in time, and they have no idea. So they will now start invading the enemy triangle, and they will be successful because there's no one at home to defend it. But I don't think success comes from taking over the territory here. The success comes from actually getting a clash where you cast your spells.
Yep, and they're going to have to deal with this bot lane as well at some point, which means Spirit gonna play behind the creep wave, waiting for the eventual defense to come. But it's going to be a very late defense.
Level 25 in Yatoro. Goes for the two Earthshock charges rather than the additional overpower attacks, which you could have been tempted to take against Phoenix, but then again, Phoenix doesn't use ult, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much.
Talk about a counter. You pick this hero, and then he just doesn't use his ult the whole game.
Yeah, when Tundra do their post-game breakdown, they're like, what went wrong? Soxa immediately he'll just chime in with, well, Ursa didn't counter me. I never used my ult, so he couldn't kill it.
That's true. Technically
It's like not skilling your ult against Rubik. So you
Radiant's
can't
top
steal.
tower is under attack.
Well, Yatoro's going to show himself. As Root, we'll see that.
Oh, Toby actually
Wisdom
stole the
Shrine
shrine,
is
yeah.
gone.
Cute little steal. It's the little victories here for Tundra, because you're sure not getting the big ones.
Yeah, Toby queuing up an Aghanim Scepter. I'm just going to throw it out there. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. I appreciate the ambition, though.
It's a good effort.
it's showing a mentality to put this in your quick buy right now.
That's right. We can do it, guys.
We're playing for late game.
Yeah, maybe Spirit just doesn't want to push. That's also a possibility.
I'll wait for next Roche, surely.
Yeah, it feels like they're playing it safer than they normally would. And maybe that's based on the fact that we're at TI as Toby dies.
Munch.
And the fact that they have already lost a series.
Yep.
And they've already lost a game in this series as well. Hex onto Crystallis. Laurel getting queued up. A nice Requiem right on top of his face. Goodbye, Crystallis. 70 seconds, no buyback.
Now I think they don't need to play it very safe. Now I think you're good there. Time for the second lane.
About the Echo Slam and, of course, the egg to follow.
Nobody can break this. Like, they need to hit the snake so many times with Shaker, Doom, and Phoenix. Like, good luck.
One range hero at 33.
Oh, nice block off from BZM.
Yeah, the fish. I actually have forgot that he was on his team. All right, that's good. Keep up the memes, everybody.
Oh, they hit
this will be a second
times.
set if they're not careful. Yatoro gonna reset and go for the range racks first. 33. This is the last-ditch effort for Tundra in this game, number 2 in all likelihood. Notice applied as it is reflected, in fact. And that might be the death of the Ursa. We'll see. Soxa easily taken out by Laurel. Still has his ult, in case you were wondering. And he's be able to walk this off, actually.
Yeah. I don't mind that Doom from 33, casting it into a Lotus Orb. He recognizes that if they want to try anything here, he has to Doom the Ursa and take the... Oh,
okay.
Laurel blinked in and showed off his Outworld stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, if you don't Doom the Ursa there, you're never killing him. He was being life drained. You have to Doom him and hope that some teammate can connect literally anything.
Yeah.
If you kill the Ursa there, maybe it opens up an opportunity. If you don't go for it, this happens anyway. So that was the one chance. Like, they cannot kill this guy twice next to a Serpent Ward. I think Yatoro will grab this Aegis. You're going to group up top. You wait for Shaman ulti to come off cooldown. You go for it. But he actually got doomed by 33, showing up a refresher. So Poshka will have to wait for a while.
Okay.
For 1 minute.
Good stuff.
33 buying some time. Banner and Cheese grabbed by the Trust. Is this a Trusty Ward? What's that one called again?
Workhorse activated, ladies and gentlemen. Cart available for Yatoro or Laurel, or a support if he's really desperate to use it.
I feel like Life Drain would look really cool while you're being driven around in the cart.
Yeah.
Drive circles around them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's like a sundial.
Okay, we have to see that now. Gonna get my hopes up.
Yeah.
There's Rasta back in 20 seconds, and like you said, that should be the end of the game. Let's not mince words. The game has been over for quite a while.
It's been very close to over, at least. It feels
like Spirit has to screw up so monumentally bad to lose this game.
I just want Tundra to cast their spells together, and then if they lose, it's okay. I just want to see the spells.
Want to see the R button being hit on Soxa's keyboard.
I want sunny side up from Soxa.
Yeah, let's get some scrambled eggs going here.
No, it's probably going to be scrambled, let's be honest. All right, Shaman on the way.
Yatoro continuing on, and yeah. Rasta is indeed on the way. There's the Serpent Ward. As the backdoor protection does activate, Yatoro has the Enrage. Crystal's going to get double-edged. Mystic Staff goes off. As there's the Echo Slam from BZM. Where is the X? The impact is unbelievable. As now the heal's coming out, looks like the Doom will drop to the deck. BZM looks to be next on the list. Laurel, one more right click needed. Can't find the distance though, as Yatoro still trying to go through that back door as a second Requiem comes out. And this time, Soxa actually heals up to a decent degree thanks to the Lotus. But the buildings are going to melt eventually, and that is a second lane. Actually, that's the Megas. They did get the mid in that last engagement. So Mega creeps, Tundra still not calling GG, despite literally everybody watching knowing that this game is in fact over.
Maybe they think the game wasn't good.
Yeah, that's true. BG incoming. That's Crystallis destroyed by Yatoro, and 30. There's the cart used as a taunt as GG's finally come out. And this is going to game number 3.
Have you ever seen a pro team type BG? That should be really funny. Obviously, that does happen on occasion in pub games where people are like frustrated with them.
I've done it before.
PG.
运不上来，中间你又要往后面缩很长时间，这一来一去，这200-300块的经济一插出来，或者说等。
Esports turn to ban.
Carry Juggernaut. We did see it
expecting.
yesterday in, I forget what game that was.
Yeah.
Somebody played it.
Conceptually, it makes sense with the pushing lineup. I did not think that was the hero Tundra we're going to grab, especially when Storm to do really good damage in Chrono. It's hard for Lycan to do any damage in Chrono. I can't say I love this pick. I think there were better options than this.
I mean, how important is having combos in Chrono these days, though?
If you're playing Carry Void, I still think it's relatively important. And more than anything, you don't want to have anti-synergy, right?
Oh my, even more physical damage, the troll.
Void doesn't interact very well with Lycan, I would say. It's like, okay, it's not that simple because you can Chrono the front line and then Lycan can eat the back line, right? It's not like it's a terrible combination, but it's not an inherently really obvious game to me, at least, to run the Void. Also, you're a pretty weak laner, so yes, you might be good against Collapse. I think this would be kind of cool to do the lane swap we talked about, potentially. If you could put Collapse against 33's Lycan and then put Yatoro's Troll against Void, I think you could win both lanes. And Monkey King against Storm is a skill-based matchup. I think this is kind of just going to be roughly a tie. That matchup got a lot better for Storm after he got Static Slide as a facet, so you can use your remnants from a distance. In the past, you had to melee the Monkey King to use your remnants, and you would always give Jingu stacks away. I think nowadays, most of the time, this lane is just like a 50-50-ish. So,
you know what's funny? I feel like this game, I think this draft for Spirit's better, by the way. It's all physical damage, and you're playing against a Lycan offlane that's not going to be buying auras. Like, this.
You don't think he's going to buy auras?
You think Crimson is going to be a Lycan item?
Oh, you mean that? I think he could buy like Dom AC.
Sure. Is that enough against 3 ridiculously hard right clickers?
I think it's necessary. Is it enough? That's a good question.
I mean, this is an opportunity where I feel like the Lycan could have flexed to 1 and they pick an offlane as their last hero.
I just don't know if it was a good enough Lycan game as a carry, right? Into a Monkey King and Bristle?
I feel like if you have to force
right?
some of these items that Lycan doesn't want to buy, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not convinced by this. 33 is not going to be too scared. He's going to continue to just be right next to Yatoro as Laurel will force BZM out. That's a lot of damage being applied to him. Meanwhile, Yatoro surrounded. Looks like this is going to be first blood. The blocks from the Wolves. It's going to be close, actually. Another blood grenade to slow him down. One more right click is needed, and Toby gets first blood for Tundra.
What rune split did we get here? 2 for 2? Yeah, okay. So, nice little head start there for the Pugna in particular. See how Toby puts it to use. Clicking some quick buys. So Dominator Lycan, Dominator Void. And on the side of Spirit, ironically, the guy who pioneered this Void build, the Troll Warlord himself, Yatoro, Spirit yet to buy a Dominator today. They just don't buy the item, although they kind of brought it into meta. It's kind of funny. Maybe they're just that step ahead already. Maybe they've already figured out the problem.
Yeah, it's true.
What to deal with that.
I mean, you had the Ursa last game. You have Troll this game with the mischance. Maybe that has something to do with it. Or a hero that should just kill it.
Yeah, exactly. I think what you want against Dominator, since you can't counter it with items in the same fashion you used to be able to, or spells, you just want heroes that kill Doms around the map, right?
Well,
Monkey King and
physical
Monkey
damage
Bristle and yeah, exactly. Monkey Bristle and Troll should kill them pretty easily. So it might have been a consideration. I think it's pretty cool if so, as a solution. I'm still wrapping my head around this Hellbear. Have you seen this before? Chen start with the yellow?
No.
I don't think I've ever seen him start with a Hellbear, but
that's cool.
well, yeah.
Cool to have options.
You'd think the Mana Burn would be amazing against Lycan.
Yeah, you think a
then he
lot of
doesn't have
these
wolves.
would be amazing.
Like,
I'm not sure.
maybe I'm missing something obvious here. Swiftness aura, like attack speed sure is nice, but
Well, attack speed for all 3 of your cores, Cinderin.
yeah, maybe it's the big picture for later that he's looking at rather than the laning, but usually Chen just, finds the creeps he wants later anyway. It is nice for Troll to have 15 more attack speed in lane. It's like free gloves, right? It's not bad.
So you do think this is going to be an Ags game for Troll? A lot of use cases, it seems like.
I think he should buy it, yeah. I don't know if he should buy it first after the Battle Fury. He has such a big quick buy that I can't see it. Like because this blade could also be a Yasha, right? When he buys his boots, we can tell if he queued up Ags or...
Well, when you queue up Ags, isn't it going to show the...
Does it always show the point booster first? Yeah, it does, right? Yeah, you're right. You're right. So, yeah, this has to be a Yasha he queued up. So that's his overall roadmap.
Yasha into what? Is this a S&Y game?
It's okay, right? It's good against the Crep and against Shaman and to an extent against Vortex. It does nothing in Chrono, though.
No.
So...
Could also just be a casual Yasha. We've seen that before.
Yasha on Troll in general is just very, very good. So he could go Yasha Eggs. I also wouldn't mind that. We'll see. Long way to go for that.
Collapse playing the Bristleback this time around. And like you said, for the Tundra side, Chrysalis is going to have a lot of pressure to perform in this game.
Yeah.
Obviously, the time dilation against Bristol is going to be pretty strong. As Toby and Rue having a battle to the Aegis. They want the Lotus.
Oh.
He gets it, and he gets the kill.
He did not account for the Nether Ward there. This is actually such an annoying lane for Bristle. Nether Ward and Dilate.
That's true.
For your Quills. This can't be fun.
Low HP here. He's going to take a full Nether Blast.
Ooh.
Have a big wand charge, though. Being very aggressive despite being on such low HP. Laurel early on in this mid lane, playing that Monkey King 16-4 versus BZM. Against the Electric Vortex off. Sitting on 17-5, so in terms of CS, relatively even. Laurel getting really low, and BZM doing a nice job of keeping him at a distance.
Nice little stun there. Got 3 tower shots into BZM by killing the creep in front of him. So a little bit of harassment back the other way, but yeah, as expected, this mid lane is probably... I don't think anyone's going to die here. It might look close at times, but I'll probably just come away with a pretty much even exchange.
Already a wolf stolen from a Poshka.
Yeah.
The old Enchantress type of strat. I feel like you get more utility out of Chen, though, overall, in the grand scheme of things. Enchantress just ends up kind of being a right clicker.
Yeah, it depends on what you're looking for in the game. Ench has some other benefits. She does obviously way more damage, but she's also a harder hero to kill out on the map, so she's a better scout as herself. We've seen Snaking do that countless times.
Looks to be dead. Indeed, that is the case.
Okay.
BZM gets soloed by
I told you there wouldn't be a kill mid. That's...
Radiant structures are fortified.
That is something else. Early lead now for Laurel as a result. That is big time. And if they can get another kill before the 6 is hit for the Storm.
This was just a complete solo kill, by the way. There's no help.
And Yatoro, Whirling Axes in retreat. Toby shows up in the bot lane, gets another Nether Blast. Doesn't clip Yatoro though. And Toby back to super low HP again.
Whew. He's taking a beating.
As Chrysalis gets killed off by Rue. Okay, the cores are just dropping like flies. Gracious. Yeah, just a simple bushwhack, so must have been relatively low HP. As mid lane, Laurel gets the Jingu stack. Saksha shows up, gets the Shackle. BZM still not level 6. Gets the Remnant off on him as Laurel looking to use the Wukongs potentially. Gets Electric Vortex. Now the Wukong comes out. Rue making his way over, but not able to find any opening. As Toby gets killed off again in the bot lane. So much action versus the other games that we got.
Yeah. Spirit getting the better of it though. Finding a lot of kills in separate lanes.
33.
Oh, this would be the crown jewel though.
Blocked by the Wolf, so Miposhka doing a great job. 33 at half HP, still pretty tanky with that Helm of the Iron Will. Well, spawn some more Wolves. Can they get through them? The net activates for Yatoro. Needs another one potentially. He's gonna get slowed to a crawl, and down goes 33. The Spirit off to an excellent start. As BZM still not level 6, has to be careful. It's interesting, we're talking about the Chen and the versus the Enchantress. I feel like if they weren't going to pick Troll, maybe it potentially could have been Enchantress, because Enchant dispels the Decrepify. I'm not sure if they cared that much about it, but if you're going to go Ags on Troll anyway, felt like maybe some overkill. So far the Chen is looking excellent.
What was the pick order? What did they see when they picked Chen? They saw Shaman, Pugna, and Lycan, right?
Just 3 members of Tundra defending the tier 1, and it's still taking a beating. Rue shows up. Try versus try. Your dream come true, Cinderin.
Missed the good old try lanes.
I don't. That was horrible.
Yeah, well, one of us has taste.
How? I think most people would agree with me. Try lanes were awful.
Yeah, most people don't have taste.
Okay. Gotcha. Nice little dig there to everybody watching right now. BZM.
Everybody who disagrees with me is wrong, Shannon. You know how it works.
Yeah, that's true. You got the true American mentality, I guess.
Wait. I have to disagree with that.
I know, exactly. I put you in a little rough spot.
Oh, that's paradox. I love those.
Looks like Diffusal Blade's gonna be the first item for Laurel. That's another way to get rid of the Decrepify, I suppose, as well, once you upgrade it.
Yeah, defensively. That's true.
And BZM. Looks like they do get the potato kill.
I don't know how likely it is that Monkey makes it a priority to make Disperse of this game. I think it's probably going to be like 4th or 5th item. It's just Diffusal. It's just a real feels good item on Monkey King in general. Allows you to get your Jingu stacks up. It makes your Wukongs a lot more dangerous. And in this game, yes, the enemy cores can get out, all of them to an extent, but the supports are really vulnerable against the MK. And you also just want to play the pacing of the hero. You're playing a Chen lineup. I think it's the right way to go. At the same time, do we ever see mid monkeys not buy this at this point? I think it's just like completely standard. Switched away to Orb of Corrosion for now, actually. Might do a little bit of a slower build-up.
Yeah, more damage applied to the tier 1. If they want to put it in deny range.
Well, they did do that. Whether they wanted to or not is the question.
I mean, when do you want to deny this if you're Tundra? Do you keep this up?
I think they should just deny it now. I feel like it doesn't really have much of a strategic value to keep 150 HP tower there against Chen Troll. If you don't take care of it now, you're just going to lose it.
Yeah.
But they might not have noticed. To be honest, I think that happens quite a lot in Pro Dota, that you don't pay close attention to the exact HP of towers. Or you feel like the value of what you get for denying it is not worth the amount of resources the enemy team is going to use to claim it. It's just that in this game, that amount of resources is nothing. Like, Chen and Troll just want to push anyway.
Yeah, they've just been casually pushing the lane.
Yeah, they're just doing it regardless. So.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Pushka gonna spot 33 now as 33 is applying pressure to that tier 1 tower. Rue. Okay, that was an awkward. What was that? Just teleports randomly. Will be taken out as Chrysalis gets the last hit there. A much needed one for him. Top net worth of his team.
Yeah, Chrysalis a full level ahead of Yatoro. Surprising. Well, he was left alone for a while in the Void, but...
Has the Helmet Dom, of course.
Yep.
We'll be going Treads, Maelstrom.
It's really good for your farming speed to get a Troll Summoner. This has to be the best creep to find immediately after getting Dom. Because you just run around farming the jungle with Rally, right? You can just... This creep can solo camps. So you can do... He can kill the Ancients now easily as well with it, with the double Rally. Pretty good.
Yep, love these skellies.
Oh, and he even has
too.
Ripper Slash. Okay, you know?
All right, gets everything.
Doesn't get much better than that.
Well, that's what happens when you sacrifice a game to the gods by playing Razor.
That's some good karma.
And Rope, they spot Saksa. Bushwhack does not hit. Wukong's command is there, though, with Collapse making his way over. And Saksa looks to be dead one way or the other. Chrysalis does have Chrono, but not sure there's going to be much follow-up even if he uses it. BZM, I mean, we talked about this before. They don't really have anything that goes into Chrono anyway.
Yeah, that's a great illustration of that, right? Because if they did, I think he goes for a time walk into triple Chrono. I think all three were actually in position for it, but it's like, so what if I Chrono them? They just run away after.
All he wants to do is hit creeps.
Yeah, as he should. This is a late game strat from Tundra. An interesting pivot, considering they started with Lycan, Pugna, Shaman, but effectively they've twisted this a little bit to a later game angle. And I, once again, can't say I love it, because as much as this Void game is going quite well for Chrysalis, you are losing the early phases of this game overall, and your way back into it will probably largely come from fighting, but do you have the damage to fight into Spirit's lineup when it peaks? When this Chen shows up with, if he wants to buy a mecha or otherwise just having like drums, pipe, whatever he wants, maybe Crimson, playing around a Troll and a Bristle, likely getting the first Roche, it's dangerous.
That's a 12-minute battle fury for Yatoro, by the way.
Enormous.
That is good news for Spirit fans out there.
Battle Fury phase boots.
And it will be an SNY into the Ags.
Probably the single most picked player in Fantasy, if I had to guess.
Probably.
As well. So a lot of people out there are checking their fantasy accounts.
We're taking out a pretty juicy stack here.
Yep.
We'll say Troll is, as much as I harp about the ult, very fun hero.
Yeah. Both you and I would have loved that ult to go in a different direction. This whole autopilot thing. I think it's more fun to have agency over my hero, but...
Yep, depending. As Bushwhack's going to cancel the shackle with the sharpshooter to follow.
Oh,
Do they have the damage? Yes. Yeah. Go right through the innate for the Rasta as Laurel shows up as well, but 33 is going to shapeshift away.
I mean, somewhat mission accomplished for Tundra because they get the tower, but they lose the Serpent Ward, they lose Saksa, and they lose 33's ult, so this wasn't exactly a clean hit and run. And the writing on the wall here is that both Collapse and Yatoro are going to get enormous. There's nothing stopping them in Tundra's draft from just farming. They have very little kill potential between their heroes, and when Lycan ult is on cooldown, the chase down... Also not that it...
33's tomato is literally blocking the path. You shall not pass. I am a tomato. And Toby, well, they're going to try to counteract this movement from Spirit to try to take the Wisdom Shrine at the 14-minute mark, but it looks to be theirs.
Yeah, their zone control's
and Yatoro gets their own as well, so good pickup for Spirit as sporting a 2K lead right now.
Tundra cannot fight, really.
33.
Oh, no.
He's going to get diffused, slowed to a crawl, has no mana, stun locked, and brought down. Laurel, huge kill for Spirit.
That one is surprising to me. 33 usually has really good awareness, but maybe he felt the risk reward. Spirit, yeah, you're going to take the XP and then you're going to leave. But they actually went deeper there, and he probably thought they'd just take Shrine and move on. But
they're going to get this tier 2 as well?
Yeah. It's really tough. This is what an excellent showcase of Faceless Void shortcomings as a hero this is. Like, if it's not picked with a lot of damage in this early stage, Chrysalis is doing the right thing by contributing nothing to fights right now.
Yeah. There's BZM. You're gonna find Rue in the triangle. Inside the trees, does fall. So rotation coming from Tundra in full force. All they get is a support.
Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, this game state is good for Spirit, but if Tundra get to farm enough and get there, I do think their chances late game are really solid. Like Bristle, excuse me, as we see Soxa being chunked down here. Faceless Void as well as Storm can, without question, carry this game at like 45 plus minutes. My worry is what happens in 10 minutes. Not so much when it goes later. I think they have the tools and they have the skill as their players, and their supporting cast is very good for this game. Decrepify, Shadow Shaman against Troll is great. The tools are there, but this realistically will keep happening for the next 10 minutes where Yatoro is completely free and Collapse is trying to match.
Yeah.
And then you get the Roche, and then what comes next? Tundra have to play an excellent mid game to keep this one afloat.
Hey, how you going?
Yep, it will be tough. S33 spotted again. He's going to use the shape shift.
Even getting
Do
out,
they have the damage? It's close. He gets out.
Okay.
And Collapse now will take the brunt of the damage from the Tundra side, which is not much. Collapse just brushes it off. 33 still biding his time. Soxa shows up, gets the shackle off. Serpent Ward is placed, doing a lot of damage, but the Ethereal onto Laurel. There's the Chronosphere. It's actually really good placement, so even melee heroes can hit him. A nice pickoff here for the Tundra side. As Crystallis now on the run, they're kind of losing steam. BZM, very little mana to work with. Spirit not able to close the gap. They're going to take Nether Ward instead.
They might get Roche off this. Tundra used everything. They have no Serpent, no Lycan ult, and they have no Chrono. I think if you get your heroes up to a healthy situation, you could just go for Roche. Or you could take the tower first. That's also fine. I think this is a little bit difficult, but maybe not.
That death throw going into effect for Yatoro gets the attack speed.
Illusion.
Oh, Toby stopped denying that tower.
Yep, he sure did.
Why not deny?
It's cool to see it up. Makes it feel like you're doing quite well. Collapse.
He saw that he could deny it, and then he was like, I'm not going to, and I'm not telling my team it's low, so they'll think we have another
Somebody
tower.
screamed at him, like, no, do not deny. It's 33, of course.
So, wait for repair kit.
Oh, man. I was going to say the good old days, but that would not be accurate. The bad old days.
The bad semi-old times that we shall all forget.
Stupendous.
Repair kit, man. It's too bad because the visual effects they made for that were awesome.
Yeah.
Like, they put all that work and they just had to delete it probably had more work than any neutral item in terms of VFX.
They could put it on a hero.
Yeah, true. A repair kit hero, the tower hero that I proposed a while back.
Engineer.
Yeah, engineer creates towers temporarily anywhere. Mm-hmm. That actually is a cool concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you hate it, but
I don't hate it. I just don't like it.
Okay.
Actually, maybe I hate it. No.
Yeah.
I'll think about it. I'll get back to
you.
it.
You don't hate much, but you sure hate tower.
Sure hate tower.
I don't have a name for it yet. That's the problem.
Tower man.
It's just tower hero.
Well, they have doorman in Deadlock.
True.
It's not far from.
All right, Blink now online for Soxa. And, I mean, he's not at 15 yet. He's still got a ways to go, but talked about the impact of that talent for the break on the Bristle, but like I said, long way away. Lotus already picked up, by the way, for Collapse. Not a big surprise. A way to take off the time dilation instantly.
Yeah. Tundra have managed to stay afloat now for 5 minutes straight, though. This is a pretty good look that the gold is not moving anymore.
Oh,
that's a good
free. That's a 4-second stun on the Monkey King. Laurel is likely to die? Yes, I was going to say.
Okay, that's a good find. It's going to cost them Roche, but this was going to happen anyway, I think.
And if they can get Rue as well, it would be nice for the Tundra side, and they will. It's a double kill for 33, and like you said, it's a trade for Roche. Yatoro, Aegis.
But once again, considering this was likely going to happen regardless, I think trading that for those 2 kills in bot tower is more than good enough. I don't know if they get the tower in this exact push, but it makes some good progress. And yeah, once again, you were down 3K about 7-8 minutes ago. Now it's only 1. Your lineup just needs this. It doesn't just need time. It's not like this is like a gimme in the later game, but you definitely have better chances when you go down the stretch. So yeah, why does he have Holy Locket on Storm?
Whoa.
New tech?
Okay.
Have we seen this before? I don't think you and I have seen it before.
I have not.
Amplifies healing you provide. Okay, interesting.
Meanwhile, as our brains break, Spirit will take the Tormentor route with the Shard.
Are scanning.
So, is that the boomerang these days? Indeed.
Yeah.
It's a solid one.
Yotaro's Ags is 2 minutes out. Massive upgrade, of course, for the troll to get that. Well,
so it gets rid of Decrepify, gets rid of Time Dilation, and Howl. Wait, is Howl dispellable?
I think yes, right? Yes. Yeah, it gets rid of Howl. That's a good point. I didn't think about the Howl at all. That's actually pretty important.
Any items that it dispels right now? No. Static Charge, perhaps? Mjolnir? That should be dispellable. Not that it's that big of a deal, but...
Yeah.
Just trying to count, Synderen.
Yeah. You're counting great. How much did you get to?
4.
Okay.
Dire's structures are fortified.
As a lone Pugna is found in the jungle, and Toby will fall.
Oh, they go on to collapse.
Yeah, this is a hard kill. Repositioning BZM on the correct side. Half HP. Hand of God for Collapse. Puts down a hairball as well. They're all together as Yotaro coming in to try to finish the job. Collapse will live through the day. So much expended as a Chronosphere, likely in a defensive measure, having to be used from Tundra. And that is a lot expended for nothing, essentially.
Dire's bottom tower.
Will 33's creep get away? No, the Ogre will drop to the deck as well.
Okay, $1 million question. Can you high ground off this at 20 minutes?
You can poke at the very least, I would assume.
No
Chrono
Lycan
down.
No Lycan ults. No Chrono.
Not that Chrono is that much of a threat.
You have Aegis.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah,
All right,
we'll
maybe it wasn't a $1 million
Radiant's
question.
top
They were going to
tower
try,
is
but are they
under
going to manage to get a lane off it? Probably not this early, but let's see. This is a very early high ground push in the current version of Dota to push high ground in 22 minutes, but...
Yep, they get the root. And the instant Hex though onto Yotaro. Has the ult available. Wukong's command. And a long stun now. Storm's been in a lot of trouble. Will zip away. Now Toby. He sacrifices his life for the betterment of his team, but 2 supports dead for Tundra.
Radiant's top tower
Spirit
is
relatively
under
low on HP. Aposhka, Hand of God, not up.
Yeah, sure would love to have a mech right now, but he has Drum Solar.
Dire's
They
bottom
can still do
tower is under
damage, and they
attack.
can still take these buildings super fast. Yotaro still a minute and a half on that Aegis.
I just love this play call.
Dire's structures
I was
are
not
fortified.
confident about how much they were going to get here.
Dire's
On the
bottom
fortification.
tower is under attack.
Creep Wave will survive, although the Storm Spirit comes in to finish the job, but they still have plenty of time to take this, despite the creeps being killed off.
Dire's
Starting to get
bottom
low, but mission accomplished.
Yeah. And that is a barracks in favor of Spirit. Still with the Aegis, so Tundra still not really looking for a fight.
Radiant's middle
This is a
tower
huge
under
win
attack.
for Spirit. Will it result in the actual win of the game? I mean, Tundra's side, it really just feels like, Synderen, that they have to get to late game with the Void.
Yep. And Spirit are very well aware of that, so they're
How
playing
late
this.
game is late game? 40 minutes?
Probably 40, I guess.
So Chrysalis right now sitting on Mjolnir, Helm of Dominator, and Yasha. We'll be going for the Manta, which I guess for the Whirling Axes you kind of have to.
Yeah.
Although MKB, I mean, problem is it's just so far away.
I think the issue here is that, let's say...
They find the stun onto the Storm. With the Sharpshooter to fall, he's going to get healed up by the Pugna. Laurel getting off an Axel Wukong's command, but Chrysalis gets the Chronosphere onto several heroes, takes out Rue in turn, as Laurel getting super low as BZM and company able to bring him down. Toby, though, taken out by Yotaro in the meantime. Collapsed. With all these creeps just cluttering the field, the Zoo meta is back. Yotaro kind of stuck in isolation. Gets shackled. Full shackle, in fact, and Chrysalis and company just don't have the damage to finish him off. BZM. Still a decent amount of mana to continue fighting, but with 33 making the play call to run away. They will try to run away as a team. BZM now out of mana. So the fight ends with a 2-for-1.
Yeah, not bad for Tundra at all. But now there's Chrono cooldown again, and there's Shapeshift cooldown again, and all of Spirit's heroes are coming alive. So do they run down mid and take tier 2? Or do you just keep farming, playing the map, Either way,
They will
the choice is yours. Yeah, straight up go. I like this. You just want to try to punish every time this Chrono's down, Shapeshift is down. You're effectively, right now in terms of power level, you're kind of playing 5v3.5. So, very strong moment of opportunity if you were to find something. Oh, he just time walked on Crystallis.
Oh boy, Bushwhack connects, and the ult from Yatoro, it's enough. Faceless Void dead for a minute. As BZM, he does have a haste rune, so
That's just, honestly, that's a misplay there from Crystallis, I think. Just, he Manta'd really early, right? He gets ensnared, he's like, oh, I just got my Manta, I'm gonna Manta. He has cooldown on Time Walk. If he holds the Manta until Time Walk is ready, he can Manta Time Walk to high ground and maybe get out of trouble. Instead, it kind of becomes an RNG fest where you Manta off the first net, and then if Troll doesn't net you again, you get away. But odds definitely in Yatoro's favor there with how many swings he was able to get in. And that's a costly death. Not only do you die, it's the Manta reveal, so this what could have been a surprising factor in an upcoming fight will no longer be that. They also get the tower that they were meant to get anyway. I think Spirit very happy with this overall exchange.
yeah.
And, okay, so we were talking about Void and when this becomes a strong Void game later down the line. Once again, the issue here is that Storm never really starts doing a lot of damage in Chrono unless you place it perfectly on the edge. So, realistically speaking, with good movement from Spirit, it's going to be tough to place Chronos that are just flawless like that. Void can't really isolate and kill targets very easily. He's playing into Solar Crest and not Holy Persuasion, Divine Favor for the 20 armor. So you have to get a Nullifier before you can kill them.
Yeah, 33 has to use Shapeshift to get away.
He will.
Now another ult down.
It is a running.
All wrapped up.
Yep.
Yeah, Spirit getting everything that they want. I mean, it's only a 6k lead, which I think is the most surprising thing, maybe.
It's not insurmountable. It's just it's on a knife's edge, right? One big mistake from Tundra, they lose, and one glorious play, they equalize the game. So it's definitely not a good position to be in. It's definitely winnable, but the biggest challenge lies ahead. Roche number 2.
Oh, Saksa.
You have to fight for Roche number 2. I think if you give it up to Spirit for free and they get a banner and an Aegis, they take a second lane.
Yep.
Saksa trying to be a bit of a nuisance here with BZM. They kind of have to send some big defense here.
For sure.
Chen and MK porting back, and Troll. All right. They really hate this ward. We'll get it.
Tower half HP.
That was a nice heads-up play from Saksa there, getting 2/3 of that and forcing rotation. It's very big to move Spirit around the map when they're in the driver's seat. Every time you force... Spirit as a team are very good at playing map control. So whenever you can like force them away from the ground that they've gained, it opens some doors.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
you can see they're very quickly spilling out on the map once again, and look at this being drawn by BZM. He's just drawing the bottom area. I think he's effectively saying, we need to play down here and push this lane again. Like, just go. Saksa might be up for the task. He's also pretty expendable. If he were to get ganked here, it's a 4 Shaman who has his Blink and 4 Staff. He doesn't need any more stuff. But unfortunately, Chen has a friend. And that friend, Shaman can't really deal with. And unsurprisingly, this is the big moment. And Tundra, are you ready for this at all?
This is going to go down pretty fast. I don't even think they have time to get here.
Oh, that's worrying. I feel like this inevitably leads to a top push that Tundra will be hard-pressed to hold. But maybe there was no way to fight.
Or that. Saksa spotted and killed off. Aegis to Yatoro again, so push number 2 incoming shortly.
This is a really important kill for them to find, even though it's just on Saksa, because of the timing of it. This bottom lane was able to be pushed in, and Saksa had Serpent Ward ready again, but Secret. Spirit are well aware that this is really important, so they go and isolate him while they're killing Roche, they kill him off, and now, as they're going for their push down mid, they know they don't have to worry about the snake being placed in their base immediately. But Tundra, in turn, knowing that this is coming, are already starting to send other heroes down there. Lycan and Pugna trying to pose a threat. Larl is on the hunt, and Toby,
his food
showed.
That was a long Atos.
Yep. Does he have lens? No.
That was a really far. Is killed off again.
That's crazy. That was in range. He doesn't have Atos or excuse me, lens or a neutral item with cast range.
Well, he has the The facet, that's
Yeah,
true.
even then.
It was like 200 extra.
Yeah, it gives 300 extra. Yeah, that checks out. You know what? That's... We'll give it to him. It's fair.
All right, and the group up from Spirit.
Nice kill.
Oh boy.
Very quick.
Aposhka takes a tumble. Trying to find some response. Yotaro will take out the Triceratops and the Serpent Ward. Nice amount of gold.
Yeah, this is how you beat GPM records. You farm all the jungle and then the additional creeps and Serpent Wards that you usually don't have access to in addition.
So Vlad's will be online for Aposhka once he's back up and running.
Has been killed.
Looks like they're just going to wait for their Chen before.
Yeah, there's no reason
Going
to force
forward.
this. And the most important thing that happened in this last minute is that Spirit got this bottom wave pushed this time. So now Tundra don't have a counter threat, which means now they're forced to defend. Otherwise, the split push can maybe make things a little bit dicey for Spirit, but now it's completely straightforward. You run down mid. This is going to be a 5v5. Are Tundra up to the challenge? And most important, do they have the damage? Like, how do they kill Troll twice? He has Satanic.
Yep, he has many dispels now. Aghanim Scepter and the Satanic. And the damage to boot.
Oh,
as Toby spotted in a very precarious spot. Double Force Staff keeps him alive.
He was grossly out of
Chrysalis gets
there.
the Chronosphere only onto one. Can the God to follow, and now the Axe is making it a lot more difficult. Wukong's Command, they do get the Hoodwink. Wukong's Command already exited, as Saksa will be the sacrifice. So it's a 1-for-1 on support, says 33. He's going to get hounded now, no pun intended. He is a wolf. It looks like he's going to drop to the deck, gets forced step to the high ground. It's going to be close. Collapse trying to finish the job, getting healed up by the Pugna. Will survive as a result. They might be able to get through this life number 1 onto the Troll. So Yotaro does go down once. Laurel on the backside has the Jingu up. BZM trying to break the tree, but a little bit too late. Instead, they're going to get the Boundless Strike onto BZM, but no kill to follow. The Tundra doing a really good job of delaying this. Toby force-staffed again as Chrysalis trying to front line right now. That's going to be a pretty tough proposition for him. Pops the Manta into the immediate time lock. Serpent Ward placed as well. Boundless Strike's going to cancel the Shackle, as it looks like this might be another death. No, another force staff, keeping him safe. BZM with a nice stun from very far away. Troll's going to have to pop the ult to try to right-click through, as Chrysalis in a lot of trouble getting perma-netted right now. Ethereal Bang, no. Chrysalis is dead. 68 seconds on the deck. Big kill opening it up for Spirit now as they tear through Saksa. 2 dead for Tundra now as this turns into a 5 versus 3. Do they have anything left in the tank on the Tundra side? Heroes are relatively low for Spirit. Gonna do a soft reset, maybe going with the next wave. Tara gonna heal up a bit on the creeps. Uses the Satanic to get back up to full HP. Rest of his team a bit isolated though. Laurel has to use the Boundless Strike to get away. Now the Atos on to 33, back in shapeshift form. Collapse still pretty low here as Yotaro jumping in, but another Decrepify, keeping an ally alive.
They're doing a really good job here. They've just bought 30 seconds.
Yotaro really wants to get this tower. He'll do so. And now the building's in peril. Laurel jumps in. Has the Wukong's command back up. He's going to use it to zone out the rest of Tundra. They're going to have to give up this second lane. It was long-winded, but finally the second set of barracks goes in Spirit's favor. I'm not sure if they want to go any further, though, as the Void is back up.
Yeah, they can spill back out on the map, get their next item off of this big bag of gold they got. Yotaro is now 10,000 gold ahead of the Void.
Yeah.
On the Troll.
10K.
It's almost the entire gold lead is on one hero. Pretty crazy stuff here. He's gonna go and kill the Tormentor for his team as well, I reckon. No, he's just leaving. All right. He had ult. He could have killed it if he wanted to, but not worth his time. He has places to be.
He already has his shard. What does he care? You know.
That's right.
Actually, his whole team has shards, so it'd just be for the gold.
I mean, Troll also has the lowest int gain in the game, right? So he's probably not smart enough to realize that Torment is a good play.
Yeah, true.
Shares that, of course, with low-rated Dota players that say Tormentor doesn't exist. Oh, he crossed the line. Figured it out. He's back.
Yep.
Troll has purchased Mantle of Intelligence.
And their lead went from 15 to 18 and now to 17.
Oh, this was only gold. Everybody had their shot.
I've already said that. Thanks for listening.
It was only gold.
We're now we're going to keep track of this, by the way, throughout the whole tournament. How often I don't listen to you and vice versa. We're 1-1. Okay?
I've been nice. There's been more moments.
You should bring it up every time then. Keeping track here.
Okay. Maybe I haven't been nice.
Did you say something?
Yep.
Collapse.
Okay.
Spot it. They get the Hex. They get the destruction. Collapse just melts.
That was without Hex breaks, by the way.
I was going to say, is he level 15 yet? No. He's level 14, about to hit that talent now.
Little bit of a moment there for Tundra. That's a minute. They get some breathing room. They obviously have to take care of lanes because they've lost 2 full sets, but you can see the lines being drawn here from Saksa. Push bot and mid. We need to get these lanes out so we can keep making moves out on the map. Now, the potential for this game to get interesting really hinges on the next Roche. I don't think there's a chance for Tundra to really get any real estate before that. And they have to win the fight too. I already said it for the second Roche. It's like, if they don't contest, this is going to cost them a lane, and it did. So the next one, if the recipe stays true, 1 Roche into 1 lane is megas. So you cannot avoid this next fight. It has to happen. Scotty completed now for Crystallis, a general item you would buy on Void for 2 purposes. First of all, it's really nice to get the tankiness and the overall like just growth of the hero, but it also enables you to have enough mana to buy Refresher, which is in his quick buy together with MKB. It's a bit of a problematic game for him because he kind of needs both items, but likely will have to choose one. I think he should choose Refresher if he only gets one of them.
Surprising opt for the MKB a little bit earlier.
Through the day.
It takes a while. Is he alive? Still dusted?
No
TP
way,
attempt, and he is out of there. That is unreal.
Does he escape that situation against Storm Shaman?
Yeah.
What in the world?
Well, Yotaro picks up Butterfly, so I think this decision is going to be a little bit easier.
He has to buy
now.
Yeah.
MKB is a must.
Absolutely. Between the blind and evasion, what's his hit chance actually on Void? So you miss 60% of the times against Whirling Axes, and you get 35% evasion on Butterfly. So he probably has like 12% chance to hit with diminishing returns.
That seems good.
Good luck. And it's not only good against him, it's also good against Lycan, and it's also good against the Storm.
Yeah.
Having evasion against Storm is actually deceptively useful sometimes.
Can you can use Battle Trance in Chrono, right? It's not going to do anything other than keep you alive, though, right?
If you're 25?
Yeah.
Yeah. You should be able to, I think.
You think he takes that over the Piercing? Actually, there's no BKBs on the other side. There's literally 0 BKBs.
Doesn't really need to worry about that.
What in the world? That's the last time I've seen that. That's crazy.
I think it's a good call, though.
Yeah, there's 3 physical damage. I mean, yeah.
They don't.
Now that I look at it,
there's not enough incentive to buy it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a highly unusual game in that sense that there's only BKBs on 1 team, and there's only 2 of them in total. Erasma, big item here for the Storm Spirit of BZM. A big damage increase. Storm can do deceptively high damage at this point in the game when you don't have to spend 4k on the BKB, which you usually have to. So he packs a punch. Needs to find the right targets, though. I think the goal here has to be kill supports first or pile everything onto Monkey King. I don't think Bristleback is happening, and I really don't think Troll is happening to start the fight.
Well, you said that, but Collapse did die pretty fast, and now they do have the
That was a 1v5.
Yeah, well, they have Hex breaks now.
You're actually right. If he gets caught by Hex, maybe he can be the first kill. Because of Hex break specifically, that might work. It might
Saksa positioning. Looking for an opening now, as Howl will be applied. Collapse will show himself. BZM will do the same. Zips to the low ground. Atos to start. Bushwhack to follow, but now the Force Staff to counteract. Gem on both sides. The fight will actually 3 gems right now. Extra vision for Tundra. Why do they have 2 gems? Did they pick one up off somebody?
I'm guessing so. Hang on. So the first one is owned by Lycan himself. No, maybe they just want 2.
Huh.
Not sure.
Oh,
okay.
This is a big play from Tundra. Gonna attempt.
Oh wow, this is
already
fast.
half HP. It is really fast. They have the Chrono. They can use it defensively as well to be able to finish off Roche. But the Roche Belch comes out. Now they have to reposition. Yatoro, he's not scared. He wants to go inside the pit, gets the Triceratops first. Laurel, Wukong's command ready to go. Nullifier applied to the Lycan, who will shapeshift now and get outside the Wukongs. A little bit awkward here for Spirit. Wukongs is now down. Tundra.
Oh my god, Roche needs to cross the map.
Now traversing to the bottom side.
Oh, this is so awkward.
Somebody get in front of Roche so you can throw them.
Yeah, make him throw the tree of Monkey King.
BZM looking for an opening, goes on top of Pushka, but they get the stun onto the Bristleback. He's gonna melt. Nullifier plays well, but no, the hand of God comes out, keeping him alive. But they have enough numbers. Finally, the Bristle falls, and 75 seconds without collapse. That is big. Have to TP from the Lycan. No, 33 will end up dropping though. So it ends up being a 3-for-1 with 2 buybacks on the supports of Tundra.
They still have Chrono though, so this is...
And another buyback.
I really like,
and,
yes. Bring everybody. They know this is the game right here. You've got to bring everybody to the table and make sure you get a good Chrono here and maybe get the Roche off of it.
All right, the jump right onto Yatoro is already at half HP. He pops the ult, so now he cannot be killed. Laurel inside the pit, relatively low as well. Yatoro losing control of his hero, because that's what happens when you hit the R button. Pops the BKB and now tries to run away. Is this a reset for Spirit? They've already used Collapse's buyback. Wants to get something out of this as Roche still pretty damn low in the pit. BZM, he's going to be spotted. The stun comes out, Nullifier applied as well. There's the Wukong's command, back up again. They get the stun lock onto the storms here. BZM zips away though. Has enough mana, likely to find the distance. And shapeshift again offline. I mean, how many times have we seen these ults come back online with how long this fight has progressed? Yatoro back in the pit, trying to bait somebody in. Collapse trying to make some space here. As Roche, all he wants to do is die. Just too much damage being applied to him over this long course. Too much stress for his heart to handle. Chrysalis, Nullifier applied right now, getting healed up though by the Pugna.
Middle tower is under attack.
Still no socks up for 20 seconds as now Yatoro is going to get belched in the face again by Roshan. BZM zips in, but still Roche is not low enough to try to go for a steal. Laurel misses the Boundless Strike. Nullifier applied again. This is like the 8th Nullifier, it feels like. Collapse getting extremely low though. He cannot die. Chrysalis dies to Laurel somehow. There's the dieback onto the Bristleback though. Nullifier again onto the Lycan, getting completely stun locked. Now is Laurel going for the finishing kill on the support. And now the focus is on BZM, who dies. Chrysalis, the Chronosphere too late though. He's gonna get one support. Can he get anything more? Rue's gonna follow suit. Now Yatoro fighting against the Rasta, getting extremely low. Foul play does activate, and that's a 1v1 battle. Chrysalis versus Yatoro. Don't think you want any part of this as Yatoro gonna, okay, they're gonna get Chrysalis with the creep. Troll Warlord continuing the pursuit as several buybacks from Spirit, so Chrysalis is gonna have to get the hell out of here. And they're gonna have to give up Roche, but the net does come out from Yatoro.
Oh, no.
Is it gonna be a permanent? And looking like that might be the case, and even Rue coming in, but the Bushwhack misses as Chrysalis continuing to try to get the hell out of here. The GGs come out though, as that is a full team wipe. Crazy end of the game. The Ancient was apparently going down to the creeps. What a finish.
Wow.
As Team Spirit come out ahead.
Honestly, those 3 minutes at the Roche pit was one of my favorite moments of this TI so far.
That was good.
It's really cool to see the level of understanding that both teams had without having vision of each other, right? We can see both teams' perspective the entire time, but the way Yatoro keeps weaving in and out of the pit, poking and prodding, but never committing. It might look stupid that
liquid. I'm sitting spirit. This is a good match.